Yeah? Let's go
I
to
don't trust
Tamale.
this Gabby, but let's go over and speak to Gabby in Tamale. Gabby, good morning.
Okay.
Hello?
Hello.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Sorry, what's your name again?
My name is Pastor Francis anyway.
Your name is what?
My name is Pastor Francis.
Pastor Francis.
Oh, Pastor Francis. I thought I had Gabby. Thank you. Pastor Francis, how are you doing this morning?
I'm doing great.
How's the holiday going for you?
Yeah, I'm doing great. I'm just following your program, just like it. Just want to say God bless you.
Oh, thank you, Pastor.
Thank you.
Beautiful blessing
Yeah.
this morning. Oh, Pastor Francis, we should talk to you more. If you could call us back.
Sweet. Gosh.
Very grateful.
Okay, good morning, the AM Club. I am Clan Ben. My DDOV for today is never strive to be on top, but strive to be the best. Now, Clan, I haven't heard from you in 2 days. I didn't get a DDOV from you yesterday. Last time I heard from you, or we heard from you, was on the 29th of July.
Wow.
I hope you're fine, Clan. Okay? Okay. Let's see.
Derrick's painting is coming out already. Like, I could already see the head of Nkrumah happening.
Okay.
Charlie, and every 30 minutes or you finish.
I will go plus your praise there, Charlie.
Okay, guys, maybe you should remind them of the number again.
Well, of course, we have our very own Felix from the Western North. Good morning, Felix.
Hello, good morning. How are you guys doing?
We are doing so well. Felix, we want to come and visit you in Western North. How about that?
It's fine.
Beautiful, we'll come. Tell us your DDOV.
Yeah. My DDOV this morning is taken from Psalm 23, verse 4.
You may get me lie down.
It says,
Go ahead.
even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil.
For thou art with me. Beautiful. That's it.
That's
Psalm
it.
23 verse 4. Yeah. Felix, thank you very much for that scripture. Have a beautiful day. All right, let's go to Obuasi in the Ashanti region and talk to Albert. Albert, good morning.
Yeah, hello.
Yes, Albert, turn down the volume of your TV, please, because we would like to hear you, not your TV. Is that okay?
Okay.
Thank you very much, Albert. How is the holiday going for you?
It's good.
Okay. Share your daily dose of him with us, please.
Good.
What's your DDOV, Albert?
I like Albert. He's listening to himself.
Albert? All right. Do we have some messages?
No, I guess that's it. Yes.
Okay.
That's it for this morning. Okay, shall we?
All right, so keep your messages coming. We're going to read them as we move on. 020-4738-481. 020-4738-481 is the number to call, or you can also call 055-033-1511, 055-033-1511. The 055 number is also our WhatsApp number. You can send in the messages. We'll read them along the line before Coffee Daily takes off. Or we should just jump into Coffee Daily.
Maybe we should. But yeah, so the 4th day of August, which is a holiday, how do you feel about the date that's been changed for the Founders' Day to the 4th day of August? You know how it's been like a huge debate where people have said that, oh, it's not necessary, they didn't have to change it, it should have just stayed on Kwame Nkrumah's birthday in September. How do you feel about it?
I used to be against it. Let's talk to Mohammed
Okay.
and then we'll come back. Okay. Hello, Mohammed. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm fine. Thank you. How are you?
We are fine, thank you very much, Mohammed. Mohammed, what's your daily dose of Vim for us?
Oh no.
Oh, Mohammed.
What's wrong with the line
Mohammed,
today?
come on. Mohammed, call us back, okay? We'd like to hear from you.
Okay.
All right, so I used to disagree with the school of thought that we should have a Founders Day, but now, from hindsight, I think that it's only fair that we celebrate the other hardworking men and women who contributed to our independence, who also helped fight against, the colonial rule. It's okay for us to celebrate. I mean, we can't celebrate everybody, but we know about the big sisters. I think that it's in order that something like that be done for all of them. So we can have Nkrumah's birthday, who was sort of like the pioneer, sort of like leader, and then we can have our Founders Day as well. I think it's okay, honestly.
Okay.
All right, let's go to Winneba. Winneba is where?
Hey.
Central Region. Oh, Jai. I know. Stop that. University of Education, Winneba. Hey, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
How are you doing, my brother?
Oh, I'm fine. You?
Doing well, thank you. Winneba, I said you have C there, right? There's the C at Winneba. They have the C.
It's swimming pool.
Okay, Chairman, please, what's your daily dose of them?
I'm taking it from the book of Psalm 133, verse 1-3.
Okay.
Okay.
It said that, look at how good and how pleasant it is for brothers to dwell together in unity.
It is
like the
oil
precious ornament upon the head
of Aaron
that ran upon thy beard, even Aaron's beard that went to the skirts of his garment, like the dew of Hermon, and like the dew that descended upon the mountains of Zion. For there the Lord brings his blessings and even life forevermore. Amen.
Amen. Your Sunday school has come, eh? I can tell you're trying to remember the scripture. It's beautiful.
You know your scriptures.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
Okay, let's do some more messages. Hello, good morning. I'm Nana Kofi Jr. from Takrady. My DDOB for today is: the stone that the builders rejected will one day become the capstone. Okay, there's another one here. Hi, good morning.
Good morning to you.
You've just said good morning. Still waiting for the DDOB. Okay,
now, what do you think? One more before we go. What do you think about Founders Day?
I think it's just perfect, especially even on the day that it was, they picked the 4th day of August. It's very significant. It takes us back to, 1896 or 1897, where Aborigines' rights was, started. And that's where I think political parties started. And so it starts the very fun. It gives you an opportunity to appreciate the process to independence, so that you don't just think that it was one person that, lifted his hands and said the independence of that. No, it takes you way back. It tells you that some people started fighting.
Before was brought into the country.
Absolutely, even before UGCC. So I think it's the 4th day of August. I think it's just a perfect day. And then we have a day that will celebrate, the first elected president of this country.
And that is in August. It's all that matters. It's Leo season, baby. It's Leo season. But guys, thank you very much for sending in your daily dose of them. We truly appreciate it. Keep them coming every morning. We are here 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. Don't miss out. If you don't send them early, we won't be able to.
Eddie says I should ask a follow-up question on why the 4th day of August for the Founders Day. But I guess on Lifestyle Daily today, you'll learn a lot more. Okay, so we'll answer that question for you.
Yeah, one more before.
One more, okay. Hi, good morning. My DDOB for today is let's go means to come to the realization that some people are part of your history but not part of your destiny. I am King from Kumasi.
Thank you very much. King from Kumasi. We appreciate that. Now time to tell you what's happening on Twitter, the trends. But before that, we have one for you, and it's a quote from our very own Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. It says, "It is in our hands to join our strength, taking sustenance from our diversity, honoring our rich and varied traditions and culture, but acting together for the protection and benefits for us all." One more time from Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. He says, "It is in our hands to join our strength, taking sustenance from our diversity, honoring our rich and varied traditions and culture, but acting together for the protection and benefit of us all." Kwame Nkrumah was such a great orator, amazing.
Was he not? He was.
But that does it for Daily Dose of Them. It's now time to tell you what's happening on Twitter. Stay with us.
Hi guys, welcome back to the AM Club. We are live on MX24 television and this is the holiday installment of the AM Club. It promises to be fun today. You do not want to go anywhere. We're going to be going quickly to the trends that's bringing you coffee daily. By quickly, here's something you need to know. Now, the problem of human trafficking is real, both within our borders and across them. Now, picture a child that you know in love, a niece or nephew, a sibling, maybe even your child taking away from you to work on the Volta Lake for 8 hours. Picture yourself, your sister, brother, mother or father deceived to pay money to travel to any of the Gulf countries for work. Now picture that your sister gets there and all she experiences is that her passport is taken away from her and she's made to work for 15 hours a day. She's sexually and physically abused daily and she has nowhere to run to. Now that is a devastating and brutal reality of human trafficking within and across our borders today. As a country, we have the institutions and one of the robust laws to end this dehumanizing problem. We must urgently invest in building a minimum of 10 shelters for male and female survivors within the next 2 years. Let us be each other's keeper by reporting any suspected cases of human trafficking to the nearest police station. We can use our voice, resources, and influence to support the established state institutions in protecting our children, sisters, and brothers against traffickers. Now, together, we can end human trafficking within and across our borders until we're all free. Guys, let's take a trip to Twitter, one of my favorite places to be. Mr. Lambo, what is Derrick saying?
Derrick is here saying all his mind. Well, this Derrick is painting one of our founding leaders. But Aim Derrick on Twitter, on our homepage, says, he's commenting on something Uriku Ampofu said. Let me quote that. He says, Osman Bukhari's performance tonight versus Yerevan in the UCL playoffs showed once again how his game has improved since last year. Effective on the counter and providing an outlet on the wing, Bukhari showcased the goal-scoring touch he has discovered this season. And Derrick jumps on that and says, not only did he score, he provided an assist as well, making him involved in 4 goals in the game, 3 goals and 1 assist. Really, the lad had improved. So that's on our homepage. I just want to check some few things on our homepage. Benjamin Azamati finishes 4th in men's 100-meter final at Commonwealth Games. Oh, Charlie, but he did so well.
He did so well.
He did. Azamati did so well.
So well.
He made us proud.
The one
the
other
guys.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't remember his name. Only Benjamin Azamati, I remember. So that's on our homepage. And somebody shares a picture of Kojo Shelding and say, Allah, fine boy. Fine boy, Kojo Shelding. There you have it. So away from our homepage, let's go to the trends and see what's trending. So Big Ivy is trending. You know Big Ivy, right?
Yes, of course. CJ, Bigger Man's mother.
Yes. So the Graft Auntie on Twitter says, thank you, video coming soon from Familia, of course. But Cool Peeps says, like for Mommy Dollars, retweets for Big Ivy.
I think that the retweets work for Big Ivy because she's trending. I think she's #1 on the trends this morning.
Yes, this morning. Yeah.
So another mother from Cameroon, I guess. Cameroon is joining to
the competition.
Yes.
It's good to see our mothers, you know.
Yes, Mama Dollar also came for Shatawale, and so Shatawale has reacted sadly to it. I think it's going to be fun, honestly. It is fun already.
Did say,
oh, right.
Like there you have it. Shatawale said that, but Mama Dollars and Big Ivy, and he shares a laughter and then some hearts. Shatter in the building. Mima, I don't know if you've seen this video.
Yeah, I've seen it, but I don't understand it. What is it?
So, I wish you could play the video. You can't hear it, but someone says it's found a meme. So we will imagine this as a meme. Like, look at his face.
But is he real? Is he a real person?
Is it a real person? What are you asking me?
No, I mean, I've seen the video and is it a robot like a or
No, it's a real person. He was answering something, and it was so funny. we can play it.
I'll watch later.
Legacy Leaksagency.com says Chioma Onyekwere has won a gold medal for Nigeria in the women's discus throw at the 2022 Commonwealth Games in Birmingham. And so, so Big Ivy trending with Mama Dollars. CJ Biggerman himself says, thanks for having us, Kojo Sheldon. Let's keep streaming Big Ivy, Mama Naira.
Mr. Nambo, you know, CJ Biggerman said something very emotional. Like, he tweeted something emotional. He said that my mom is used just just a few days to achieve what he has been trying in 10 years.
It's very interesting, isn't it?
Very profound.
Because CJ Biggerman has been around for a while.
Of course.
He can't seem to
talent
break through.
Shows. He's a great rapper. I don't know, but he was so honest. He said that my mom has achieved something I've been trying to achieve in 10 years in just a twinkle of an eye. And I said,
that
wow.
tells you that this race is not for the swift.
It's for...
The race is not for the swift. If you think about it, you can be very fast. I mean, he has the skills. Of course, he was better than his mother, but he can't penetrate. She comes and she does one skit now and then, so it's really grace, honestly, if you think about it. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. So Sheldon hosted them. I can't wait to watch it. I'm sure it was crazily funny.
Oh, that's the
Cameroonian mother.
Yes,
oh, what's her name?
Yes.
One mama from Cameroon, N. Brown, has replied both Big Ivy and Mama Dollars. It's about to go down. So Ghana, Nigeria, and Cameroon. And it's amazing how we are, neighbors.
Yes.
Beautiful. Anyway, so that's Big Ivy.
I like the culture duly represented in the Cameroon.
What she's wearing.
Yes.
True. Osman Bukari is also trending this morning, of course. Ori Krampofu already said that Osman Bukari's performance tonight versus Yerevan in the UCL playoffs showed once again how his game has improved since last year. Effective on the counter and providing an outlet on the wing, Bukari showcased the goal-scoring touch he has discovered this season. Jan Pavel Jr. again says Osman Bukari bagged a hat-trick for Red Star Belgrade versus Punic in the Champions League qualifying round. Thierry Nyan, of course, says Osman Bukari has scored the exact number of goals as competitive games played for Red Star Belgrade. He has scored a hat-trick against Punic tonight in the Champions League qualification rounds. A well-deserved win and a goal for myself. Proud of the boys. We go again next Tuesday. Same mindset and same attitude. Tweeted by the man himself, Osman Bukari, who's trending. So everybody's talking about him. So the Ghana Soccer Net says, if I were a player, I would grab Bukari with both hands. Dejan Stankovic, Red Star Belgrade coach, reacts to the pace of Osman Bukari in his hat-trick heroics in the UEFA Champions League qualifiers last night. Is Osman playing in is he playing for the Black Stars? I need to find out. Because he's playing for the Black Stars, isn't he? Yeah, also there you have some of his goals. Oh, that's brilliant.
Nice. Yeah.
This is what sorry, I have to control myself today. We want goals like this, not what your...
Liverpool,
no, it's not even Liverpool. I'm talking about the Black Stars. Look at that. Fantastic. Fantastic goal. Okay. We'll say Jordan and I'm in Koi Blues. Oh my goodness. Osman Bukari runs like he's got some turbo power in his legs. Look at that. Look at that. Give us the World Cup then. Hey, here we go.
Wow.
Gosh. Beautiful. Beautiful. This is what we are looking for in the Black Stars. Thank you. We can be excited. The real grandpa says, I'd pay to watch a race between Benjamin Azamati and Osman Bukari.
Oh, wow. That's some comparison, yeah.
Interesting. Lastly, Sam Street says, Ghana's Osman Bukari runs the length of the pitch to score Sverna first goal on the counter-attack against Punic in Champions League qualifying. So exciting news coming in for the young Ghanaian. Accra House of Folk is trending. KNUST is trending. Should we do KNUST?
I think
you
so.
heard about the
Absolutely.
6 students were arrested for alleged rape. Very, very disturbing. But the first picture coming in from a beautiful young lady.
Face card is very valid.
Happy New Month.
From KNUST.
Aye. Happy New Month. Happy New Month to you too. 6 KNUST students allegedly gang rape level 100 students at the Space Int shares. It's rather disturbing. We heard about that this morning. Not so cool. And then somebody shares a very funny thing. It says, which university? KNUST.
Okay, now I understand the meme.
You get the meme now.
Yes.
The Ghana actress and film producer Yvonne Nelson, GH, to take her latest projects to movie fans in Zambia. Okay, but we want to know why KNUST is trending more. Yeah, good night from the Hall of Academians. Okay. So KNUST is also trending. So Shatawale shares a video.
Yeah.
I think on the Mama
he reacted to
Dollars and Big Ivy thing. All right. So moving away from that, we know about that. Investigations are underway. They've pleaded not guilty. Their lawyers, the lawyer has pleaded not guilty for them. So let's see how that turns out. But that's rather disturbing. Accra House of Folk. So Accra House of Folk says when some young men from Usher Town in Accra came together sometime in the middle of the 1910s. Little did they know that they were sowing the seed of House of Folk. Oh, okay. Most Ghanaian journalists are vulnerable, lack resource to research and investigate. When the story of the new House of Folk house emerged, they all fed in and never sought to ask the behind questions. Interesting. Tofiakwa GH says, no true House of Folk fan will skip this. Coach Obing Hamza has been of tremendous help to our darling club, even in the absence of his boss, Bwedu. Thank you, sir. Let's like and retweet to show him some love. Amazing. All right. Few more and then we go. Well, Chin G says, Alex Amankwa qualifies for the final after his time of 1.48 seconds got him one of the non-automatic slots. Very good news for the chap after he was disqualified in Oregon for a lane violation. So, good news for Alex Amankwa. Accra House of Folk SC fans, champions. Congratulations to glorious Accra House of Folk for winning the inaugural Bet Power Ghana Premier League expert at winning Virgin trophies. So expert at winning Virgin. And lastly, Shaban Mohammed said, House of Folk working on the unveiling of Kunedu Yadom have always reported that he's a House of Folk player and do stick to that and wait for the unveiling soon. So, yeah. Few more. Should we jump straight to our local stories? What did I click on? Momo?
Momo, yeah.
Momo, why are we seeing white people on Momo? What's happening here?
Maybe something
Or Momo
else.
is an artist in Korea?
Maybe.
I see. And it's trending in Ghana.
She looks like a character in Ice Adonis.
Wait, of course.
If you do Kanye, you do Dr. Baumia.
Aputo. In Kamakwa. People magazine says, Kanye West slams Adidas, claims he didn't approve of Yeezy Day, among other changes. Lied to my face. Why are you lying to the brother, man? Come on, man.
Issue with Adidas, huh?
Yeah, he's always having issues with Kanye too, dear. This is my brother. Kali J says, Kanye West is the greatest artist to walk this earth. Kali J, who has Kali J's number? I need to send him some Momo. This is very true. We have to save this quote. Kanye West is the greatest artist to walk this earth. I'm telling you. A few more on Kanye and then we move on. 9-year-old Kanye West. Look at that. This guy has been such a cutie. Kanye, eh? Kanye West and Misato accept an award for their hit song, 2019. Look at that. The most creative person I've ever come across is Kanye West. Forever, Drake featuring Kanye West, Lil Wayne, and Eminem. Do you remember that track?
No.
All of the Lights by Kanye West featuring Rihanna has surpassed 450 million streams on Spotify. All of the Lights, bam, 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 bam. Anyways, so yeah, Kanye West, squad goals, Kanye West and Elon Musk. This is the picture of the day. Thank you very much. Let's move to local stories.
Guys, here's the details of the KNUST story. First story of the local front. Now, 6 students of the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, KNUST, were remanded yesterday. This comes after a first-year student of KNUST alleged that 6 young males, including her boyfriend, raped her in a gang or group attack. Now, this is the second time in this year KNUST students has been charged with raping another student at the school. Now, the suspects were arraigned at the Sokware Mampon District Court. Now, the lawyer of the suspects, Richard Edudako, in a media interview said, until proven guilty, his belief is that his clients are innocent. The case has been adjourned. The second hearing has been rescheduled for Wednesday, August 17.
Very interesting.
With her boyfriend. So this 6 is inclusive of her boyfriend.
Wow.
I appreciate that the law allows you, you know, that until you're guilty, you cannot be, they can't say that you're innocent. But the whole idea of you're even accused of rape, I mean, how does that even come up? 1,100 students, so this would mean she's about just a little above 18 or 19.
Yeah, this is above 18, 19.
Yeah. 6.
My goodness.
6.
If this is true,
Godwin, let me tell you,
going to live?
A woman who doesn't feel anything for a man, when you shake the man, you're not comfortable.
I heard this yesterday. I thought it was, so I was watching a video about men and women when it comes to sleeping with the opposite sex. And it's being said that, you know, for men, it doesn't really matter. A man will sleep with anything if he wants to. You know, a man will sleep with somebody he's not in love with. But the woman was saying that she can never lay with someone she's not attracted to.
You can attempt to lay with a man you're not attracted to because of certain other reasons. But for you to want to say that you're really, really laid with a man, it means that it's just something for a woman. So when the matter of rape comes in, let's go to the next story.
Six boys, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's false, honestly. But let's move away from that. The Deputy Chairman of the Electoral Commission in charge of corporate services has warned prospective voters to obtain a Ghana card, since that will be a requirement for voting in the 2024 election. According to Bosman Asari, one cannot register to vote without a Ghana card. He added that nearly 17 million Ghanaians have enrolled for the Ghana card. Bosman Asari further encouraged citizens between the ages of 15 to 18 to register for their Ghana card, so that as soon as they turn 18, they can present it to register as a voter. I reserve my opinion on this particular story.
Okay, so do I. International front. Management consultancy Bain has been banned from government contract for 3 years over its involvement in a South African corruption scandal. Now, the government cited grave professional misconduct for the move. The firm said it was disappointed and surprised by the decision, but acknowledged it had made mistakes. The move follows a probe into allegations of widespread corruption during South Africa's former President Jacob Zuma's 9 years in power. Now, the former president has been accused of placing the interests of corrupt associates ahead of those of his country in a type of corruption known as state capture. Okay. The sins of Jacob Zuma would always come after him.
Okay, now to tech. Less than a year after taking the helm of the dating app, Tinder CEO Renee Nyberg is quitting the company. Interesting. Match Group, Tinder's parent company, disclosed that she led Tinder as part of a number of management changes. The strategic assessment is also looking at Tinder's ambitions to adopt new technology such as virtual currencies and metaverse-based dating. Match Group Chief Executive Bernard Kim will take up the role vacated by Ms. Nyberg, while the company looks for a permanent chief executive. Have you ever been on Tinder?
No, what's that?
Since it was initiated. You've never been on Tinder? The dating app?
No. I didn't know there was a dating app and I'm here. How did you download
You watched the Tinder Swindler?
No, I didn't. I heard a lot of... So I feel like sometimes people make a big deal about something and you go and watch it and it's a waste of time. And I like it to be recommended by somebody who knows my type of
Please watch
film.
the Tinder Swindler.
Then I can understand this. So that's where this came from? The app?
Yes.
So if I download it, I can get a boyfriend on it?
Yes, please.
Ziggy, where's my phone?
Let's move on to sports, please. Thank you very much. It's now time to bring you all the sports update, and we start off, of course, with our very own Benjamin Azamati. Now, after winning round 1, heat 7 in the ongoing Commonwealth Games, Ghanaian sprinter Benjamin Azamati missed out on a bronze medal after finishing 4th in the men's 100-meter final at the ongoing Commonwealth Games in Birmingham. The 24-year-old ran a time of 10.16 seconds, 2/100th of a second slower than Sri Lanka's Yupum Abeokun, who finished 3rd in a hotly contested finish. Kenya's Ferdinand Omanyala claimed gold ahead of South Africa's Akani Simbine, who came in 2nd. Now, GFA President Kurt Okreku has commended Bet Power for accepting to be the official headline sponsor of the Ghana Premier League. The partnership between Bet Power and the FA is aimed at properly marketing and positioning the elite league to become an African phenomenon as one of the most successful and attractive leagues on the continent.
The road may be rough, but we'll get there. Sure. Yes. Colleague, Executive Council members here in present, the General Secretary and our hard-working staff of our own football association, club CEOs, our proud partner, Star Times, here represented by the one and only Akofa. You see, today I have decided to do something unusual. And I'm sure you may have noticed what I have done. Our proud new partners in Bed Power, represented by the one and only Izzy. My brother Daniel, also from Bed Power.
Now away from Ghana to Europe. Leicester City captain Kasper Schmeichel has left the club after 11 years and joined League on side Nice. The goalkeeper made 479 appearances for the Foxes after signing from Leeds, winning the Premier League, FA Cup and Community Shield. Schmeichel was also part of the side.
Dreaming of a property for your home or workspace is one thing, but finding the property at the best locations with the most favorable condition and closing that deal is another. And that's why we are here. From Accra, Ghana, to Lagos, Nigeria, to Cape Town, South Africa, we are bringing you prime property.
Fullback Mark Cucurella from Brighton. The defender handed in a transfer request after interest from Manchester City, but they did not pursue a move and deemed the fee too high. Chelsea are confident of concluding the transfer. However, Brighton said no agreement has been reached with any club in a statement. Cucurella was with Brighton for just one season after joining from Getafe. And that's all the updates we have for you in sports. Derrick, you owe me one.
We're getting ready for entertainment and showbiz, but remember that in support of the Inhuman Trafficking campaign, we urge that you report any suspected cases by calling the toll-free number 0800 800 800 or 0800 900 900 to stay for entertainment. Hi guys, welcome back to the AM Club. Let's update you on entertainment and showbiz. First off, Ghanaian actress Nana Ama McBrown has finally responded to reports that she has undergone plastic surgery procedure to enhance her butt. Now, speaking at a seminar organized by Glitz Africa in Kumasi, Nana Ama McBrown owned up to getting a liposuction procedure and said she was not ashamed of her decision. According to her, every individual needs to go through maintenance while growing. We have the video. Let's take a look. The video would show you that. But second on our story, American singer Demi Lovato has changed her pronouns back to she and her. The music star made this known during an episode of her Spout podcast recently. Lovato said she's decided because she is such a fluid person. She shared that choosing to identify by the they and also them pronouns at one point for her was about feeling human at her core and not necessarily male or female. But more recently, she's been feeling more feminine, and so she's adopted the she or her again as her pronouns.
This is very interesting. I mean, is Derrick mic'd? I'd like to hear what Derrick has to say about this.
I think my mom is watching, so I just don't
your mom will be very proud of you if you share your opinion.
My mom is always proud of me, Gifty Auntie. I mean, but you know, sometimes when they talk about this feminine thing, I mean, we'll keep it for now.
It's so complicated.
You're watching it, so.
No, but what do you think of somebody?
How she feels at her
how she feels. But you know, when you talk about
What do we base it on feelings? I don't get it. So
but what else can she take a decision apart from feelings?
Feelings are fleeting. Feelings are not necessarily real. You get that? They don't stay. So if imagine I'm taking decisions based on feelings every single day. You will not come to any reasonable conclusion. I'm feeling like a woman today. Tomorrow I'm feeling like a man.
No, sometimes it's hormonal.
Like I'm both.
Sometimes it's hormonal.
So
sometimes your hormones are making you want to feel like you're a girl. Sometimes it makes you want to feel like a man. Like tomorrow I want to feel like a tomboy.
I feel like a horse right now. I feel like somebody should sit on me and ride on me.
Jeez.
Oh wow, that's what that didn't come out so. God, please.
Guys, next story.
Wow. Godwin.
Show-starring political drama The First Lady will not return to season 2. This decision comes as a little over 6 weeks after the series aired as season 1 finale on the network. Now, the network confirmed plans to veto the series led by Viola Davis. Now, the anthology series, which debuted in April, followed the series for 3 different American First Ladies: Eleanor Roosevelt as Anderson, Betty Ford, and Michelle Obama. Now, season 1 of The First Lady was not an unqualified hit. The series currently has a 41% rating on Rotten Tomatoes from critics and 58% audience satisfaction score.
Disappointing.
You are the filmmaker. You are?
What?
You're disappointed?
I said it's disappointing. Charlie, 41 on Rotten Tomatoes, it's disappointing. Bro.
It means that they...
And 58% audience appreciation, terrible.
What would have been the appropriate?
For a show like The First Lady with all the women empowerment and the ideology of pushing women at the helm of, it's...
I just think that sometimes movies do not appeal to a larger group of people. Doesn't mean that it didn't serve its purpose.
So it served its purpose?
It just did.
I'm sure it has.
It did.
You're right about that.
Yeah. All right, guys, that's it for MX Breaks. Do tune in at 3 p.m. for MX Live. All right, so stay tuned. There's more on the show.
Get paid what you're worth. It may sound simple, but many people struggle with this first rule. Make sure you know what your job is worth in the marketplace. You can do this by conducting an evaluation of your skills, comparing salaries of people in the same job position on the job market, and having conversations with employment and HR consultants on the kind of work you want to do and what a realistic pay will be. A lot of people suffer because they are bullied into accepting less than they are worth, perhaps because of their circumstance in life. Make sure you are bolder in your negotiations, especially when it comes to making money through the services you offer. Being underpaid, even by 100 Ghana cedis a month, can have a significant cumulative effect over the course of your working life that can bring you serious financial issues. If you continue to rely on goodwill and past relationships with your clients or employers, you might find yourself in debt or unable to save and invest. Always make sure you put yourself in a position where people value you and your services, and you get paid what you're worth for whatever you do.
Meet the best of in-depth analysis, top personality interviews, trending and breaking news all come your way. I'll be serving you with football conversation, life-hearted, lifestyle-related conversations, all on Off the Cuff. Join me, Derrick and this and every Monday to Friday between 4 and 5 p.m. only on MX24 TV.
Hello and welcome to the Real Travel Show, where we take you on an exciting journey of fascinating places around the world. Invite your friends. Be my guest on this weekly journey around the world. Discover the food. Oh yes, my friend. The music, arts, culture, and the magical sights and sounds. The Real Travel Show with me, yours truly, Ras Mubarak. You, my friend, are very welcome.
Angelina, be cool in my temperature. If you call, say cheese, take a picture. Shaka post, make I see, take a picture. In the leg book, boa. Why the party there today? Hey mama, hey I ever say. Secure.
The Saturday nights just got better.
With unimaginable excitement.
10 toes, one girl, make it touch it, touch it, touch it, touch it, touch it.
The most heated rap battles.
Squad for the work with soldiers, but on your campo, Bema.
I blow you menace ready, it be me with the top. Godzilla self chop, who be King Kong.
And of course, your A-list celebrity interviews.
I've always said this though, there can only be one Bob Marley, so definitely there should be one episode.
Me? The threesome.
Orapu comedy woman de.
Yeah.
Nyansa.
Don't fuck.
Lighter.
For myself, Oforiwa.
I'm Jason Alay, and I do this with the man,
DJ Varosky.
Why the party there today? Hey mama, hey I ever say.
All women were created differently with unique attributes. From managing a home to being entrepreneurs, through the ups and downs, we almost always win.
As I said, in the early stages of breastfeeding, what your body is using to make the milk is what you ate during pregnancy.
Adoption is a blessing. So if you want to adopt, it's a good thing to do, but just make sure that you do it in the right way.
The brand new season of the Talkative Mom Show is double the education, double the information and excitement.
And then I actually realized nobody cares. Yes, nobody cares.
Yeah. Join me, Eno Kragren, and my guests this and every Sunday on MX24.
The Talkative Mom Show is proudly supported by Gokul's Healthy Options and Cerelac.
Cameroon in the building. Yeah.
Beats by the man in the kitchen.
I've got a huge waist, big breast and thick thighs. A tough heart, big brain, so wise. Definition of the area mama. If you wanna dad my shit, go and F your papa. Any brown, yeah. 2 juniors of mine be dragging on a beat. Yeah, I'm yet to buy it, put them both to sleep. Them being a motor car, being a jeep. Straight from the underground, now that's deep. Where it could be a Ghana.
Can you like? You could never be not say you're from when you're the bonnet. Ghana memo ye buya ne ye pepper trainings and train treasure Ghana man and pesa money. Kofi babone, me boko ko jani bonnet. The masan to what nature Ghana man say munti, mini. bra for me wa fa hundie from amodi momu jumedi mu kunumdie no say ngara assassini e yabode de mayen mujana nanan me hwegunya de to homa yen dum yen boa yen je yen adu me ne wo so say yen hwe be ye biato aso mu aso kata so o manyi mu de ema so ene e bisa de wa ye mo magana wo beka lawyer for doctor for mami misa nurse for get for driver for mami misa fita for ekwa for tailor for mami misa baba for soldier for teacher for mami misa suku for rap for Ghana rap soft for me say me straight on man for unyina monye bako she say yete fa ba ye wo say we back one ebu o kan bo mo embu ko be asante kotopo map beba is the motto ya fa kototo manyi mu mo fra ne yesi munya to boase ne ahompase ogoni ni die na mon koto bible say the wager ne wonani nkwana so ware wasase so enti munya brebre Ghana ye me ne odia she kan bo mo ne bi Kwani and Sam Osuni Asase ya and Sam Nanano Musama for and Sam Yi Kwami Kuma Paye Kedian Kwani and Sam Osuni Asase ya and Sam Nanano Musama for and Sam Yi Kwami Kuma Paye Wait, that chain of 4 Pime Nahama Nana, the Fred Osajifo, Doctor Kwami Kuma. Yebo wudin wudie wuyentin wudu wunyasa na jigana to hobe yo hin ewim yedin profoko ma bobri me fise bo wrise wa kudo kodo so te senwin Dr. Kwame Nkrumah wudu wunyasa te sen shoma Africa ma mu nyina ye jutu mu se wuni mo homa bapoma wani ate saberima wani afriti sabronoma badum no adabro ma ma Ghana nya fa hudie ya shama se nyina mo munya asuna muntie cricket ibini ma bo home so cricket adeshe ma bo home so cricket asantini ma bo home so cricket Tini ma wo homeso rekete igweni ma wo homeso rekete kwa uni ma wo homeso hausa kwapem achim bono dagomba cry Ghana fonyina afemi begunsa osaje for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah brabe jensa nana no penny for democrato hoje Ghana meyi ma yenso ye tonsa afremo ni Ghana busua biaransa ma force mo mejensa nyina ye church japa ye stress mo modonsa ipa boni e kan Nkrumah Ghana ni begu ase de mo mo ni triso o my Ghana kwaso o man penny kwaso o bra for me kwaso mamre kwaso yanko So Kedian Kwame and Sam Osoni Asase ya and Sam Nanano Musama for and Sam Yi Kwame Nkrumah Paye Kedian Kwame and Sam Osoni Asase ya and Sam Nanano Musama for and Sam Yi Kwame Nkrumah Paye Kedian Kwame and Sam Osoni Asase ya and Sam Nanano Musama for and Sam Yi Kwame Nkrumah Paye Kedian Kwame and Sam Osoni Asase ya and Sam Nanano Musama for and Sam Yi Kwame Nkrumah Paye The last
Hi guys, welcome back to the AM Club. We are live on MX24 television. Today is a holiday, so it's 8 a.m. already. Though you're tuned in, I really want to know how your day is going to be, how you've started, are you having fun, and what really matters today to you. What's the celebration today that matters today? Today I was asking you earlier that if you left this world now, what would you be remembered for? Would we have at least 2 or 3 people, if not the whole of the country, remembering our founders today, would be asking the question, what did you do? What have you left behind that is worth emulating? And so today on Lifestyle Daily, we'll be talking about that thing that our founders did that's worth emulating. At some point, we'll go to Derrick also to see how well he's doing with the drawings. Let's see who he's drawing. I wasn't in support earlier, but Godwin's got a question to ask you.
Yes, indeed. Do you speak French? If you don't, why not? Well, your ability to communicate in French gives you an upper hand in your career development, your travel experience and your education, and that's why we're inviting you to come to Alliance Française. You know why? Because at Alliance we have experienced and professional teachers. We also have flexible time schedules. We have in-person, online and hybrid lessons. We also have French for teenagers and children above the age of free. It's pretty simple to register. Just call the following number: 050-128-7814, 050-128-7814, or WhatsApp us on 050-128-7818. Alternatively, you can visit www.afacra.org to register. Alliance Princess says, please French up your lives today. Now we're going to have that conversation that Emefa has been talking about. I see Derrick's painting coming out so well.
Yep.
That's so fast, eh?
Derrick,
yep.
Which part of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah's face have we gotten to? I see the forehead is very profound.
Yeah, so I think there's a side profile, not a full picture.
Okay.
So you can see more of the cheeks and then the forehead. Definitely, if you turn like this, you're not going to get my forehead. It's when you turn like this that you're going to. So there's a side profile.
Which of the features on his side profile is very difficult to draw?
A side profile, I think when doing side profile is not that difficult, but most of the times it's a smile.
For him?
Most of the times it's a smile.
But for him?
Nkrumah, I think it's still the smile, but I'll get it right.
Why, because he hardly smiles?
I mean, no, but whichever, as an artist, most of the times when somebody smiles, it's very difficult to get it out. And someone who's able to get those features right, then that guy... Really,
also, I noticed Kwame Nkrumah's hairline is very far back.
Yeah,
I thought you bring it forward for him tomorrow at least.
No. I mean, you get you. I don't love Nkrumah.
Anyway, let's come back to our conversation. Of course, introduce our guest this morning. We have joining us Theophilus Ashong, who is a historian. Good morning, sir. Welcome. I like how you're both in your. Is it Batakari or? Yeah, and then we also, Audrey Jamefree, she's an advocate and copy editor. Kwajuan, did I say it well? Kwajuan?
You tried.
Kwajuan, welcome, lady and gentlemen.
Thank you very much.
It's good to have you. Over to you.
It's so difficult sitting in class and wanting to ask questions, because sometimes you ask a question and if your lecturer is a historian or maybe a copy editor and such, if you ask a question, you're like, really? You didn't know this? Okay, so please, you can send in all of your questions that you didn't know, you didn't understand. Today, I really want to understand the process, okay? A lot of the times, we talk about how the independence came about and all, but what was the journey like, the process like, and sometimes it even starts from the UGCC and all of that. I think it's going to be a lecture for you and I, so let's learn. But the biggest question, Godwin, everybody's been asking, you have Independence Day, and then you have Founders Day. What is really the difference? Which one is it? That's a big deal. I will go to the historian.
Okay. Thank you very much once again this morning for having me. The independence struggle is a very long one, and usually people pinpoint the formation of the UGCC, the United Gold Coast Convention, that was in August 4th. 1947. Okay, but even before that, we have a long history of the struggle for independence. What we have today, that's 4th August that we celebrate, was proposed by the current president, President Akufo-Addo, in 2017 to celebrate primarily the UGCC, the leaders of the UGCC. Years back, somewhere in 2009, you see President Atamils under NDC bringing in the Founders Day just to celebrate one person, that is Kwame Nkrumah. So there is this kind of politics within the celebration. On the one hand, you see the NDC trying to celebrate Nkrumah, project his legacy, and then on the other one, you see the NPP, trying to project the UGCC. It has some politics within, and it has to do with legitimacy, whether or which party has the pedigree to govern Ghana. Okay, so beyond the celebration, there is some, discourse of politics within, trying to establish their legacy. That, okay, so we have the legitimacy to rule Ghana. Now, straight to your question, Independence Day and then Founders Day. I don't think there's any difference. Okay. So what we have now is that, like I mentioned, the NPP has tried to find a way to commemorate the founders of the UGCC, because the NPP that we have today traces its history to the UGCC. It went through a series of parties like the UP, that's the United Party. It became the Popular Front Party, and then we have the NPP. Okay. On the other hand, when you look at the NDC started as a military government in 1981, okay, as the PNDC, the Provisional National Defense Council. All right. You know, military rule is outlawed. It is not allowed anywhere. So instead of them tracing their history to a military government, they have tried to associate themselves with Nkrumah, so that they have that kind of recognition in Ghanaian politics.
Okay.
But
Okay, that's
I would
nice.
beg to differ on the fact that, on the thoughts that they're not different. I believe that they are different. You know, Independence Day is a nationalistic kind of like day or celebration. Independence Day is like about nationhood, who we are as a people. And when we started our journey of independence, founders, as the name, you know, goes, it's, I mean, grammatically speaking, it's very simple. It is to honor the people who led that independence. So Independence Day is like, as a nation, we all, you know, now realize that from today onwards, we are no more under colonial rule. We are no more under any kind of, you know, external rule. And Founders Day, to me, and I think the general consensus, that is about the people. So it's not about the nation, but the people who championed that cause.
Are you really able to separate the cause and then the who?
Yeah.
You know,
so
the nationalistic agenda that you have said, which I totally understand, but do you think that we are able to celebrate an independence day on the 6th day of March and not really remember the people?
I think for most, yes, I think it's possible. And even prior to, he gave a very good background on what had already happened. Prior to the MPP's attempt to make us acknowledge the Big Six as founders, you know, there was, on Independence Day, it's about the parade, it's about emblems of that period, it's about the speech that Kwame Nkrumah gave that said that Ghana, your beloved country, is free forever. And you realize that for most people, it was about that statement, we are free. Like, you thinking that we are free. So that's independence. We are not supposed to rely on anyone anymore. That's what we thought, or that's what we were expecting. So that freedom is like what we are celebrating that day. But as to the people who champion what and all those things, I think the Founders Day. So even though they, I'll say that they're not entirely exclusive mutually.
Okay.
But I think there's also a thin line that separates them. So I think it's good to.
Now, whether or not Independence and Founders Day are the same, the question now is, do you think, and you gave that background of it starting with the late former president, Johnny Vincent Mills, do you think that the switch from that celebration, Founders Day, to what we have now, being inclusive of all these other guys, the UGC guys, do you think it was necessary?
Okay, so that is a very important question. I think that the switch did not bring much change because we are still trying to, at the end of the day, the celebration is still limited to the UGCC and the Nkrumah narrative. Okay. But from where I see it, or from the historical perspective, we always try to move beyond that. And if you give me some few seconds, I'll take you beyond the UGCC and Nkrumah narrative.
Okay.
You know, we can go as far back as 1866, where we talk about chiefs who were, you know, consistently protesting against the colonial administration. A chief in Cape Coast, Nana Agri, you know, openly critiqued the British administration to the extent that he was even deported to Sierra Leone. From there, we can talk about the Fanti Confederation, which was formed 2 years later, 1868, all right, consisting of Fanti chiefs and some educated elites. They came together, and one astonishing thing about the Fanti Confederation was that they had a constitution. We are going to build roads, we are going to build schools, we are going to form our own parliament, we are going to prevent any British encroachment on our sovereignty and all that. Moving on from the Fanti Confederation, we can even talk about the Accra Confederation. You know, in Accra, mainly consisting of educated elites. They had similar objectives. From there, we can talk about the Aborigines Rights Protection Society, 1897, all right? They went all the way to England to protest against the Crown, the British Crown that some of the policies in the Gold Coast, were not favorable to the Ghanaians, all right? And they were successful in most of their agenda, okay? Moving on from that, there's a whole lot. We can even mention the Yasantua War, you may be aware of that, where the Asantis fought the British forces. From there, we can talk about the cocoa holds-up in the 1930s. You find a group of farmers coming together to, protest against the British economic imperialism. They said they will not sell their cocoa until they get better prices for those cocoa. You may have also heard of Castle Efford. He formed the British West African Congress in the 1930s. And they openly called for independence of the Gold Coast. Okay, so the point is that the independence struggle was not an event, or was not just a UGCC or an Nkrumah agenda. It has a very long history, and others need to be recognized as well. So on occasions like this, we need to move beyond the UGCC and Nkrumah agenda to acknowledge others.
But before that, I mean, like you rightly said, it was just Nkrumah on Founders Day. But now it's been switched to acknowledging all these leaders as well. I mean, of course, we can't, it's not like we can't, but we won't remember, I don't know how to put it, but you can't include all these people. At least some people, they are the pioneers, and they are those who effectively finally brought us to where we wanted to get to. And that's why we are saying that why don't we acknowledge these people, at least the forerunners, than just have one person being celebrated. So don't you think that switch was necessary?
So, I think that is a progress in the right direction. So someone will say they were adding the icing on the cake. What about the bakers of the cake?
Good question. Okay. Audrey, do you have any reactions to that?
Yes, a little bit. And I just want to add that even 4th August is also, he mentioned that Aborigines were, can you continue for me?
Aborigines Rights Protection
I think it was founded on 4th August.
Yeah.
So it's, I think, in as much as it might be as if you're acknowledging just maybe the UGCC and whatever they're representing, other of these people are also being acknowledged. And also, I think that change that was made was in the right direction, because in our history books, we only briefly hear about the Big Six. We don't really know their impact or their contributions to independence. And I did a little reading and I realized that when they were conceiving the idea of independence, even Kwame Nkrumah was not in the country.
Absolutely.
So he just came into, and he was, I think he was charismatic because he championed the cause and he was able to run with the vision more than those who had even started it. So I believe that correcting this part of history was very important, or is still very important to.
Okay, so except my mind, keeps coming back to what you said. What about the bakers of the cake itself, and especially the date, the 4th day of August? If you want to recognize it, then it looks like the Aborigines' Rights Protection even came earlier. 1897 means came before the UGCC. And so if we were moving from celebrating just one person, you want to acknowledge those who actually started it. Because if you look at what the Aborigines' Protection Right did, the fighting of the British Crown, and also preventing the expropriation of land, a wholesale of our land. That is the fundamentals and the foundation that if it was not built, I don't think the UGCC could have even started. So I dare to say that was the strongest first political party, I would say, because of the way they fought. But the 4th day of August, John Mensah Saba is not really mentioned.
Yes.
So and yet
that is a clear case.
Yeah, because it's because of the date. If it wasn't for the 4th day of August, and you said that we're choosing a random date, to celebrate the Big Sis, then we'll know that, yes, they also showed, the UGCC also showed up. But the fundamentals and the foundation of the UGCC now would trace back to the Aborigines' Protection Rights again. And there was somebody that played a major role there. So should we now say the Big Sis +1?
That's a good one.
Well, for me, I think that choosing any date at all for an occasion should be historic.
Yeah.
And of course, we always want to bring about some justifications for any day that we choose. So choosing any ordinary day and pulling together all these, or trying to acknowledge all these forces, I think will be, there should be some justification for it.
Right.
You can't just say, okay, 10th August, because it's a neutral date and you can acknowledge all these people. I think...
What if the date that you're choosing, though you have justification, now rules out an existing, you know, there was something worth celebrating that day as well, and it rules out... I mean, because there's no country without lands. Well, imagine those lands were not fought for.
I think most often we look at the majority and the most, of course, like, so assuming that, let's say 80% is towards UGCC.
Yeah.
And let's say Sabah is like 20%. You know, and as one thing that this whole thing has done is to bring up this conversation.
Right.
You're questioning why he's not being in there. And somebody would now wonder, oh, here's this Sabah. Let me go and find out about him. And maybe his contribution may not have been as significant or as, you know, tangible as these others.
Okay, historian, please, go on.
You have something? Because I want to stay on what you said and ask, honestly, what is the relevance of today? Like today, Founders Day. We know that we're celebrating our founding leaders, but honestly, genuinely, what is the average Ghanaian doing today? What's the importance of such a day? Or we just added another holiday so that we can stay
well, apart from they not going to work and staying to watch and listen. Dates.
Okay, so, you know, history is very important. Knowing about what happened yesterday is relevant. So I believe that these days, this day draws our attention to generally all those who were instrumental in our struggle against British colonial rule. Yeah, so today marks that day that we can openly say that, okay, so some time past we were under British colonial rule and we had men who were not, who had to sacrifice their lives to, you know, bring us self-independence. You know. Yeah.
Let's be honest with ourselves. I like to move away from the very, you know, polished. Honestly, what are we doing today? I stand to be corrected. Okay. I probably should check online to see what's going on. But what are we doing today, emphatically, that will tell my 12-year-old niece or 14-year-old niece that these people fought for our independence, apart from Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, all these people played a role. You go on TV right now, I mean, at least we are having this discussion. Yeah. Nothing. Yeah, there's no movie, there's nothing really that portrays it. So it feels like another holiday. Hey, Founders Day, that we are done.
You know, Ghanaians are very particular about holiday celebrations. So usually on holidays, you ask a friend, okay, so what is going on? What is today's holiday about? You know, then you tell the person, oh, today is Founders Day. It is to remember all those who struggled for independence. So that is why I come in with a politics agenda, where you see political parties trying to use these dates. Okay, so like I mentioned, the NPP has adopted 4th August, which was the day the UGCC was formed, to project their political legacy, to say that, hey, we have the pedigree to govern Ghana, you know. And I also mentioned that of the NDC trying to do that in 2009 under Atta Mills, you know. Also trying to establish a legacy with, you know, Nkrumah.
Right.
Yes.
Okay, so can I add? Yeah, so on Monday, a colleague said, you know, Thursday is a holiday. Like, which holiday?
You see.
Oh, I don't really know. Let's go and find out. So, and one would wonder why these days shouldn't be a holiday in the first place. But thinking about this, you realize that, let's say, if you go for a program and you say, oh, let's observe 1 minute of silence for a dead person. You start, maybe sometimes you would reflect on this person. So, like, imagine the whole week, you pause. Now we are all here, we are wondering what Founders Day is all about. At least you think about it. You would wonder who these people are in the first place. And, you know, generation upon generation, the memory of our history, where we came from, and what efforts we've made, it's eroding.
Yeah.
And it's because of what we are seeing now. The independence that we are having now isn't something that people are happy about. It's very questionable. It's like, I would say it's a flag independence.
Yeah. So that is why I come in. I think that the Independence Day should not just be about those things, but it should be a moment where we celebrate the
why do we
leaders.
march? Why do we march?
On Independence Day.
Why do we march?
I like to know.
I think it has to do with the colonial period, where during special occasions you see people marching before the governors.
Okay,
you know. So that has translated into...
Why have we decided to maintain it?
I think
you know many things were maintained after independence,
and also it's like peer pressure.
Yeah,
like most countries around the world,
pressure,
they do a similar thing of a parade and other.
Okay,
very
so
interesting.
I'm thinking last year we indeed celebrated the 4th day of August. I'm curious. I'd go on the internet to read. I would tell my niece the same thing. Now this year, I would tell my niece or nephew the same thing again. How can we, make a conscious effort if we say we're not celebrating just an individual, but we're celebrating, at least there must be a threshold to the people and the process. This is why we've ended on the big sis. If you go out to research, you only find things about Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, even in the constitutions. I mean, and mostly even when it's time for Riakuto, the lectures and all of that, human rights, people talk about Kwame Nkrumah. I have zero data on the others. Sometimes I even struggle to know the first name of some of them, when is their birthday and all of that. We celebrate Kwame Nkrumah, but the others, there's very limited, information about them. So it's the same thing we did last year. It's the same thing we'll do this year. What can we do? Is it that you make a conscious effort to write? I mean, I'm talking too much, but what can I do differently this year? I think that's what Godwin was trying to ask. Historian.
Okay, I think the challenge has to do with the break between the universities and then the pre-university education. When you go to the university, there is vast literature, as in books on Mensa Saba and all these Cassini efforts. Yes, you find a lot of books on that, but there is this total break from the university and then the pre-university education, such that the knowledge that is produced in the universities, hardly find their ways into the primary and secondary school, textbooks.
Okay.
I think that is where the challenge is.
There must be a bridge.
Yes.
Okay. But I think that currently, so initially, I work with, I'm a publisher.
Oh, right, yes.
So, with a new curriculum that was published in 2019, they have introduced history as a subject. Initially, there was no subject like that. So now we have that, and they try to highlight all these people and their contributions. But initially, you didn't have a basic student.
I mean, it better be, because I'm thinking if it's the university, then that's a tad bit too late, isn't it? Because with universities, you get to specify, you get to choose what you want to study. So if I want to do psychology, I'm going to focus on psychology. Unless I take interest in knowing history, I wouldn't know. But these gentlemen we're talking about, the big sis and all these people you mentioned, had a nationalistic agenda, and I'm sure that's what they wanted to imbibe even in the younger generation. So if the younger generation knows this, then before you get to the university, you already have this nationalistic thing about you, where it's about your nation first and about nation building. But you get to the university and now you want to decide on, who's Akweje. To be honest, I don't know who Akweje is. I don't, and I'm not embarrassed, you understand?
You don't know the interchange.
I just know the interchange. I don't know what exactly he did. So I have to read extensively about it too. And so I'll not have this nationalistic mindset unless I think of Nkrumah, like you said. So it would be great if,
and also, I think that beyond instituting these days, the government and their, those primary departments or institutions like NCCE, these are things that they should be.
What is happening?
They should be developing. They should be developing documents like books that are friendly, even on this day. I mean, we should see something beyond the Ghana flag and beyond we saying happy from this day.
And so we have to even pick a book. You remember NCC used to do a lot of animations, Zinger, public education through animations and, through short films and stuff. I don't see that anymore.
Because the issue books is different, so I'm sure they will be so boring.
They say they don't have budget.
They don't have budget.
Last time they granted an
the
budget is not enough to
10% of what they
need.
I'm not a guest today, but how about the government commissioning? Maybe I'm being biased as an actor or as a film person, but how about government commissioning huge production companies to do movies on Obechebi Lamte?
How about the ones you're already doing? You want to take interest into history?
Who?
Okay, like I think, but like for me, I think that we should be exploring all aspects of the media.
Yeah.
You realize that the media is very strong, like very powerful, and even especially with this generation of people, they listen on and they pay more attention to the media. By now, the NCC should be, on various platforms, explaining why you're celebrating this
social
day.
Media even.
And even finding creative ways. You mentioned animations, like creative ways of making us engage with our history. It's really sad.
Let's open the can on this table. that every leader has got their bad and then, you know, they're good as well. Again, it's 4th year of August. We're celebrating the founders, but obviously Kwame Nkrumah still, you know, topped the day. A lot of people, you know, would be tweeting his quotes and all of that. Now, let's talk about the good and the bad, because history is there so much you do not repeat certain things. And history is there so that you can also learn certain things. So let's talk about the things we can emulate. I don't know who, but one of the bigs, reading about them, was the one that took the decision and said that, listen, I am quite a busy person, so let's invite Nkrumah to be the general secretary. This tells me of how leaders will delegate.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So today in governance, who is doing what and who is able to identify what the other person in the same scope can do. That's, I don't know which of the bigs did that, but that's how Nkrumah got to join the UGCC. But these leaders, let's talk about what is worth emulating and what is not worth emulating. Who will we start with?
Okay, historian.
Okay.
Okay, so it has to do with J.B. Dankwa, who suggested that Nkrumah should be brought in. Somewhere December 1947. Yes, he was brought in to join. And he was the only one receiving salary on the UGCC.
Nkrumah?
Yes.
Oh, nice.
They were actually lawyers and businessmen who were very busy. So they brought in Nkrumah, and he had direct contact with the grassroots, you know. Yeah, so what we can learn from them, I think primarily has to do with the spirit of nationalism.
Beautiful.
You know,
beautiful.
Throughout the struggle, you see that some of these people are arrested by the colonial authorities. They have to be in prison for a number of days, or sometimes months or years. Some of them even lost their lives in the struggle, you know. So I think the first thing we can pinpoint has to be with the spirit of nationalism. I teach African studies, and when you talk about nationalism and the need to die for your country, the whole class, you know, that spirit of nationalism, I think, is dying out, is declining.
Are you born to have the spirit of nationalism, or you pick it up?
Yes. I think your environment allows you to be nationalistic.
Okay.
And I think to a very large extent.
I'm sorry, I'm very passionate
And even
about
in
this.
some societies, it's a conscious effort made by governments.
Yeah, indeed.
And China is a very classic example.
And America is another classic example. America has done that so well through movies. Again, being biased. You watch every American movie, and America has to be the greatest nation in the world. You know, they always portray this thing about America
no matter
being
what.
conquering. And so they have that thing about themselves. They feel superior. Whereas the average Ghanaian, like you're saying, in history, in our history, you have people like Rollins, who almost, you know, he was imprisoned and he almost died. You have Nkrumah, who was arrested as well. You have all these people. Is it the same for our leaders? Can you say same for our leaders today? Let's be honest. Can we say same for our leaders today?
Respond to that. I would say no. Not one bit. You know, I always wonder, if Ghana was somebody's company, would we be making losses? Would we even be breaking even? I'm sure we would have been making profits, because we will go to every extent to make sure that we are making profits. You know, the kind of partisan politics that we are practicing now, where one party is so happy that the other party is failing, instead of proposing helping or proposing solution, or even going beyond themselves to claim, oh, I began this, and I mean, all these infantile behaviors. And all these have affected we, the individuals.
Indeed.
And you realize that for nations where people are nationalistic or patriotic, because the nation has invested in them one way or the other. I'm not paying for everything that I'm enjoying. Rather, the nation is funding me one way or the other. You remember that, I wasn't there, but I've heard that earlier on, the earlier generations, they were committed to the nation because some of them were going to school for free. I think Kwame Nkrumah brought in the Ghana Education Trust or something like that. So, you know, after going to school for free, what else do you have to do than to pay the nation back? It's not like the national service that we are doing that we are even feeling like it's a waste of our time. I mean, we are even questioning the national service. I mean, and indeed, it has to be questioned because spending one whole year at a place that they are being asked to buy plantain and stuff, you know, exactly. So I think it is a conscious effort made by some countries to make their people nationalistic, and the kind of politicians that we have now, and the kind of clothes that we are doing now, it doesn't foster.
Do you think it could be as a result of the long freedom we've enjoyed? Because when they say atiyema, you know, I feel like perhaps we've enjoyed, not calling for violence or anything, but we've enjoyed this long-standing peace so much that you forget that others struggled for you to enjoy the peace you're having. So we Ghanaians are very relaxed. We are moved. We don't really care. Could you say it's because of that? Because these movements we're talking about, these nationalistic movements, the UGCC, was necessitated by the colonial master, because you are not free, and you have somebody stifling you. So no, I need to fight and break free, and then you break free, and now, what do I do next? I don't know what to do with myself.
I think
you know,
what you're missing is the fact that we are also struggling to maintain the peace we have. People say that Ghana is peaceful and all that kind of stuff, but realize that people make conscious efforts. Like, you can choose to go on a protest any day, any time about whatever you want. But you choose to say, okay, you know what? Let me just think about my people. Let me just, find another way, an alternative method of pushing my thoughts across. So people are, and also even people, some organizations will say, you know what, we want peace, we want this, and so even though it may seem that we are just enjoying the freedom that has been fought for us and then the peace, we are also struggling to maintain it up until now.
We are also struggling to attain economic independence. And that is what we call neocolonialism. So for some people, we are still under colonial rule. Even though we are politically independent, we are still relying on our former colonial masters economically. And that is what we call neocolonialism.
Was it not because of the very foundation that was built? The foundation was built in a way that is very difficult to break away. Unlike Nelson Mandela, who even after independence still made a conscious effort to want to will a part of the ruling of the country to the white man. But let's take a trip back again to the character traits of Kwame Nkrumah, again because he's an outstanding person today. And when he made a decision to want to break out of the UGCC, some have described him as quite autocratic. They say that he was quite a tyrant, like he would say what he has to do. Is this to say that he had that foresight and knew that this is the way to go and this is how I'll get the results? Like, say, a father who knows that if I don't give you this car, it's because it will make you steady hard. He knew the result he wanted, so he was intentional about it. Do you think we should revisit some of his character traits and how he went about things?
I'm interested in hearing.
Okay, you know what? Well, personally, I would go for an autocratic system of government in the hands of a good person. So the person with the power makes the difference. And I would consider Singapore. Before Ghana became independent, okay, like during our period, we were close to what Singapore was. But, when the vision bearer is not able to push the vision that he is seeing. Look at his attempt to reunite Africa. How many years has it been since he died? And Africa has still not been able to unite. But of course, I think Africans need a firm hand. Look at Rwanda. Paul is being accused of being
an autocratic leader.
Yeah, and I think for me, if it's driving economic freedom, it's driving people are getting jobs. People, the things that people want to push, the ideologies that people want to push, at times, you give them the platform. They'll do what this person is doing and even worse. So, I really think that
you don't mind that.
Some people think that.
Okay. Let's hear it.
When you look at our history after independence, we have had successful military coups or dictatorships, and they have all woefully failed.
Okay, before that, I mean, historian, when she says that some sort of autocracy, I'm not sure that she probably wants. What about what Nkrumah wanted to do? Make this country a one-party system and stick to it, so that there's no like NDC, NPP. If it is one party, it's when the leader dies or is not in the country, you form a committee to continue. So the vision continues.
So you realize that.
Would you want to finish, please? I cut him because where he was going.
Sorry. All right.
Okay, so Nkrumah, right from the beginning, had an agenda, and he felt that others, those critiquing him, were delaying those agenda. Nkrumah was thinking beyond Ghana, And so any sort of disturbance from his home, he tried to, cancel it right from the word go. Because he wanted a pan-African something. He wanted the continent to unite. So Nkrumah's agenda is entirely different from what, happened after him. Where we have Achampon, we have Rawlings, and all the other military regimes. And those regimes, like I mentioned, have failed. So,
do you think it truncated our development?
Yes, excellently. Achampon started very well with the eat what you grow and then grow what you eat and the others. But at the end of the day, he failed totally. What we need now is working institutions.
And those working institutions, how are they going to come about? I side with Audrey with what she said. Rwanda has been described as the Singapore of Africa. You have someone like Paul Kagame at the helm of affairs over there. You realize even in history that you did say something. You said that you side with the autocratic style of leadership in the hands of a good person. So I'll agree with you, because you have someone like Adolf Hitler, who was also autocratic but was a very terrible person inside. So we have what happened in Germany. So you look at someone like Jesus Christ, who came with a vision. Very good man, but was not democratic. You don't tell Jesus what to do. He came with his vision. This is what I'm going to do. He calls 12 people and says, this is the way to go. This is what we have to do. You do this, you do this, you do that. Come to the church, everybody, what the heck are you guys doing here? Scatters everything. And almost every great leader who's been able to bring solid development is autocratic in a way, but has a good heart. You look at China. China is looking at, creating 1 billion billionaires when, you have that man in charge. He's been described as autocratic and whatever it is, but look at China today. They are overcoming America. So perhaps, why are we all... I'm sorry, let me calm down.
Audrey, you mentioned that you will prefer that autocracy system in the hands of a good man. I mean, can a person practicing autocracy be a good man? Because when they dish out policies, the vision they have, sometimes you're not able to explain the vision they have. Let's come back to today, where the president insists that the cathedral is needed. All right?
Is that what you want?
You're sitting down thinking that, but I do not have food to eat, though. Why do you want a cathedral? Maybe he's not able to spell out, clearly what he thinks a cathedral will bring. But he has a vision, and he's seeing it and knows that, okay, maybe sometime later we'll still be sitting and go like, oh, wow. Okay, just as people, they'll say that, what? I mean, he arrested PDA. I mean, arrest people, throw them in because he thinks that they are coming to, truncate some decision that he wanted to do. And then they did. So do you think that we should just allow leaders to be leaders? Okay, because they have a vision?
With your example, the cathedral, I think, people who are autocrats are often, the good ones, they are often nationalistic in their agenda. Okay. They also, let's say, bit socialist. Okay. So they want to...
What's your authority on this? Who would you, in the context of our conversation, among the big six, who would you say that because he was a nationalist, he took decisions? Because people thought Nkrumah was terrible. People were in prison.
And you see, with every rule, there are people who would be at the other side. Okay. Because it wouldn't benefit them directly. He mentioned the composition of the UGCC. Lawyers, they are elites. Lawyers, business people. These are people who have their own desires to beyond wanting independence for Ghana. Okay. So anything that would go against them, anything that would not drive their own interests, was something that they will fight. Really? And they had the means to fight it. Right. And in the end, and for me, I always say that if Kwame Nkrumah had built that foundation, the Bible says that if the foundation be destroyed, what would the righteous do? If we had a very solid foundation, we wouldn't be here. And definitely, with every autocracy, you realize that there's a period of that thing reigning. And there's a period of democracy, structured democracy. It's not about you going to look for money and come and campaign and everything, and then you need money to pay back whoever, you understand. So I believe that if we had that in place, definitely everybody has their pros and cons. Like Paul has been alleged, he's been sacking people from... Definitely. He's been chasing them out because they're fighting him. But why are they fighting him? Let's ask those who were fighting Nkrumah then. Why were they fighting? Of course, there are these kind of embezzlement and under his watch. You understand? But there's always going to be that con. But if the general vision is there, if there's one direction, you know, what is happening now in Ghana is that this government comes, does this other government comes, does this. So we are just going back and forth like a pendulum. Just going back and forth. So there'll be no progress.
Right.
So so I will go with a one-party system for a period of time till we all are empowered.
You should tweet this from Audrey.
Absolutely.
Until we all are empowered to really think and know what we want.
I think, sorry, to add to yours and the question she asked you, I think one of the reasons Akufo-Addo came into power was because he said Ghana beyond aid. He had a vision that we all agreed to. We said, yes, this is it. This is what we're looking for. And nationalistic ideology, you know, we want a Ghana beyond aid. We're tired of relying on foreign, you know, all these handouts. He made very beautiful speeches when he went out. And that's one of the reasons we love him. But you say this, and we all throw the support behind you, and then...
But before you learn, but how do you arrive at the conclusion that it's still not Ghana beyond aid?
Well,
because of the process. The way you cook jollof is different from the way I cook jollof. And
I said that because when you bought the National Cathedral...
One day, I was so sad when I heard that Turkey or so, some country be like that, has given us food provisions. Food.
Africa.
I think it was grain or something like that. Ghana. Really? Yes, we are going beyond aid. But I think that this government had awesome policies.
Beautiful policies.
1D, 1F. Yeah. I've always believed that every district should be developed. We wouldn't even leave our hometowns coming to Accra to do anything.
At all.
But let's give you the opportunity to say what you said, that you need working institutions. What did you mean by that? Do we not have institutions?
We need people who have that vision, that we need to get somewhere. People that will recognize the fact that we have struggled, we have faced challenges in the past, we have been under colonial authorities for long, and now we are free, and that we can take care of what we have. Like I mentioned, we have had cases of this dictatorship or autocracy that she's talking about, but they have all failed us.
Can I clarify? I think, so she said something, military rule is not autocracy or dictatorship. And you realize that some of these military men, I really used to sympathize with the NDC, and somebody asked me if they were so good, if Rollins was so good, how come the 20 years that he was in power, we have not been able to develop? And that was, for me, a period that I had to think about. If he was so good, why? But you realize that these military people, sometimes they're not really equipped with the knowledge to drive the economy.
Yes. That's simply it.
Yeah, so I'm saying that...
So autocracy is different.
Autocracy is
military. They are different.
Yeah.
We can vote for you to come to power. That's democracy, but you want to practice autocracy.
Autocracy.
You get it?
Yeah.
You don't get it, forget
Working institutions. Which of the institutions now would you say that if Nkrumah was here, or maybe the founders, if they were alive, they would say, you know what, scrap this off, take this off. Maybe policies and all of that.
That's
institutions,
a good question.
You know, simultaneously with policies.
The institutions that we are aware of today, like you mentioned from the beginning, is it a civic education?
NCC.
Yes. If they were to be performing their roles, I don't think he would have made that statement that what are we celebrating today? He has not seen anything on TV. You know, meanwhile we should be aware of what we are celebrating as a nation. So all these institutions have failed.
They don't have budget.
So for me, I wouldn't say, I'm sure they wouldn't necessarily say we should scrap some off, but they would say let them work. Let them work independently as they should. So we have good institutions, but they don't have the autonomy to work.
That's true.
And some too don't have the funding, to see through their
based on the founders, the autonomy. You think if Nkrumah was alive, you allow somebody to be autonomous? You know, these buffer institutions, you know how the auditor generals are there, they are standalone. You know, you don't think, because he had keen interest, he wanted to be part of it. You'll find him in parliament, you'll find him in the executive too. You know, but today they're saying that we should separate them. The executive and the legislature should be separated so that we'll have, you know, that independence of decision making and policy making. If you're a president today.
Well, so I believe that society's evolved. And maybe with its initial visions, like he wants to be the one man everywhere handling everything.
Yeah.
But when he sees what other people are doing, and you realize that he tried emulating what other people, like Russia, and even he had a very good relationship with them and was trying to emulate what they were doing.
Yeah.
So if you see that yours is not working, people are hating you, and definitely, even with autocrats, they want to be loved. So if people are fighting you every now and then, you can't have peace to rule. Definitely, you want to know what can we do better.
Right.
Understand? Because you want to rule these people.
Yeah.
So I'm sure he would have also tried to find out what can be done, and he wouldn't be that kind of thing that we are imagining.
Yeah. Godwin?
I'm so passionate about this. Let's stop again. And what policies would you say should be maintained or perhaps looked at again, based on the question that you asked? I think you talked about Nkrumah introducing the education, whatever.
Yeah.
There's this conversation of whether or not looking at where our economy is, the free SHS should be maintained. Do you think if Nkrumah was alive today, or again, not dwelling on Nkrumah, let's say the founding fathers were around, something like free education, they would say it's not going anywhere. It should stay.
I think the reason why people are
Okay, coming.
Go ahead.
I think the reason why people are fighting or questioning the free SHS is because of funding. I mean, it's a policy that's been instituted, but it's not really working as it should. People are paying so much money now, even to get their awards admitted, being fed. They're buying books behind the scenes. People are buying books. You understand? So the issue is that I'm sure if we had them in place, like the Big Six, and if we had done what they wanted to do, would have been in a very good position to fund such a policy.
I've got a question.
Yeah. Okay.
Please, would you?
Would you lose your thought?
Yes.
Okay, so
I've got a... No, please go. You know, we're a population of about 32 million.
That's what I was going to ask.
However, we have about 30 political parties already. 27 or 30. One of them were 30. Looking at the principle and values Nkrumah had, he was part of the UGCC. He still broke off and then went to form his own political party. An individual later rallied people around him and still won and led this country. People have said that there's too many political parties. We should dissolve some of them. Some of them should go away. People have also said that it is okay. I'm asking, is it a political party issue or it is the individuals leading the party's issue? Still bearing in mind what Nkrumah did. UGCC, what was wrong? They wanted a political party. They wanted independence in the shortest possible time. He said he wanted it now. So why is it so difficult that if you're part of a political party, say the MPP today, and you think that, well, you think Ghana Beyond Aid, it is through a cathedral. Me too, I say it's not through a cathedral, so I want to break away. Why is it so difficult for people to break away and for people to follow them and their ideologies like they did with the CPP?
Okay.
Sorry, it was a long question.
It has to do with parochial interests, you know. People coming in not with that nationalistic zeal to see the progress of the country, but coming in for their selfish interests, you know. So people nowadays are not willing to sacrifice like we have in the past, where people were willing to even sacrifice their lives for their countries. But now we have people ready to, you know, fill their stomachs rather than think about the nation. So even, you know, once they are in power, everything that the government does is, okay, good. And then you see opposition, everything that government does is evil. They come into power, then their table turn, you know. So now people are trying to feed their stomachs instead of, you know, having that nationalistic zeal.
Thank you for that. But Audrey, the people, the political party. So it's like if you're born NDC.
Yeah.
No matter what policies an individual will come up with and say that these are my policies, I'm supporting it. People are just dead rooted in political parties. How can a person who belongs to an existing political party break away and get followers to want to change the narrative? It looks near impossible thing in this country.
I think it is not impossible. Even in France, it happened. Macron, he broke away from his party and then started his own, and he was elected as president. He was just a minister in the previous government. Okay, so I think that now people are a little bit discerning. That's number one.
Yeah.
Number two, people also don't care about so much talk. You understand? And people are not convicted about what you are bringing. And also, so far I've not seen anyone who I would ever vouch for from any of these parties. I mean, you know, yeah, people are I mean, and also the zeal for the nation is no more there.
Okay.
I'm going to suggest that our next conversation should be about nationalism, honestly. Nationalism. Let's have that conversation. But we've got some messages coming on.
Okay.
WhatsApp, quickly, let me read it. Hi, good morning there. Emefa, you are looking good as always, and we are proud to have you as our past queen. We love you and keep on keeping on, girl.
Oh.
Yes, ma'am. Mama guy in the building. A D from Takrady says, do we have a theme for this celebration, or it's as raw as just as our
guest?
Founders Day? Do we have a theme? Is there ever a theme?
I think it's just a remembrance of the
if
founding
there is,
day. If there is,
yeah. So what? So you see what I talked about? So what's the theme for this year? What are we following?
I think there has been when the policy came up in 2019, actually 2019, is the fundamentals and the basic of it was to remember the process to independence. And I think it can't change too much because it's a specific reason the day was picked and it is a specific reason why we still celebrate it. So I doubt if, you know,
if there was some effort in that direction,
they would have been okay.
Indeed.
Right.
Good morning to the AM Club. Happy Founders Day to you all. If we always praise the news anchor and forget the makeup artist, the cameraman there is going to be a disaster one day. So everybody in the days of achieving the independence is to be honored. And that is just what this post is about. So we are to honor them all. I am Wise Man from Sampa. Thank you very much for that,
you're a wise
Sampa. It was Akweje who had met Dr. Nkrumah at Lincoln University, who suggested Nkrumah to the UGCC leadership. We are learning history. Any rule that lacks parliamentary participation in governance can be called autocracy.
Come again?
Any rule that lacks parliamentary participation in governance can be called autocracy.
Okay.
There has never been parliament in any of our military regime in Ghana.
Yeah, so we can't say them. Yeah. Which means that's autocratic.
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys are looking good. I fully support the lady with the kente. Her name is Audrey. And Mr. Nambo perfectly. Okay. As a leader with vision, you need to be autocratic and have a good heart for a nation. True. That is why China is taking US, and also Jesus Christ has taken Christianity this far. I'm Nani from Central Region. Very interesting, Nani. Last one, had our predecessors not fight in Nkrumahism, Founders Day would have been a whole different celebration than what we see today. Very interesting comments coming in. Guys, thank you very much. Speaking of our founding fathers, Derrick, how's it going? Nkrumah has come out so long. Why is he squinting?
From the reference I have, I think that shot was taken in the afternoon because the
sun.
Yeah. So
do you remember where he was?
Where he was?
Yes. Which event? Which event?
What is that one?
But that's come out.
These are some of my works.
Okay.
I do, aside this ones, I do live paintings.
Yeah.
At programs, events, weddings. Even from here, I'm going for a celebration, birthday celebration.
Is this not a live painting?
There's a live painting as well. But then that one is more, I mean, sometimes I could use 100 seconds to do a painting.
Okay.
Yeah. Wow. So those are for like weddings, and people can sit down for a long time like this. I mean, there's more detailed with more colors, but something like this is just one color monochrome. So it just,
Each time you're drawing in Nkrumah, what are your personal thoughts then? What comes
each time
to you?
I draw Nkrumah? For me, I feel and I know that he's one of the greatest leaders we've ever had. I mean, looking at him, a leader always sets their foundations right. And you always think about the people and the future. And that's what I saw Nkrumah to be. He's really a great man. I mean, he has set the standard for people to follow. And which, of course, I don't think, just like you guys are saying, I don't think our current leaders are really emulating what he did. And they are not willing to sacrifice, just like you said. Are you willing to die for your country? And Nkrumah had that kind of zeal. And, I mean, in his heart, you could see it. In his words, you could just feel his emotions. And I think he did very well.
Do you feel proud as a Ghanaian, looking at how far we've come? Honestly, comparing it to other African countries, do you feel very proud as a Ghanaian and as a young person?
In other words, if we're not Ghanaian, which other African countries would you?
I think I'll still be a Ghanaian.
Okay.
And I think that, I mean, he has done his part, leaders have done their part, but I always say this, that it is not, I mean, they have a responsibility in contributing to our growth, though, but I always say that people do not owe you anything. So if you think you're always seeing complaints and problems, If you are seeing problems, that means you have a solution to it. So if you have a solution to it, why are you staying where you are? So in as much as we complain and blame the leaders, we should also look at ourselves. Me as an artist, I mean, it's not that there for me, because when I look at my mates in the other countries, in America, Nigeria, and those people, Charlie, they are doing much more better. Not that they have a platform or they are better than me, but if I have the same platform and opportunity and system being laid in the country like that, I think I'll stay in Ghana and love to grow. I mean, I saw the how do you call it, the Commonwealth, whatever, and I could see Ghanaians naturalized for Americans, and they are becoming first and winning all the medals. I'm like, whoa, what is happening? It's because the system is not, everybody wants to live here. And that's
24/7. 24/7.
We've got a video from Derrick. When we come back in your conclusion submissions, here's what I want to know. How is it that a person who broke out from the UGCC to form a party like CPP, today, if I ask what the CPP is, what would you say about it? Is this to say that though he was a great leader, an individual at some point, if you're not available, your dreams will die? Because we are tracing the NPP as a party to the UGCC. So we'll just oppose the two in your conclusion, okay? But we've got a video from Derrick. Let's watch. I love the video. I love everything I've seen, but I've got a blow for you. You don't paint women much, do you?
I do paint women. I mean, I quite remember I got to a time. I mean, women, I draw inspiration from women. So, I draw inspiration from mothers, women. So,
okay.
If I say, I mean, when you want to talk about the woman figure, there's a whole lot of things you can talk about. I mean, but then I do women. It got to a time where my colleagues were saying that, I'll draw bano, and you're for the girls, and they're not doing it. We ask you to do it.
I mean, that's my mother. Oh, so, good.
I do women. Okay. I think it's just that they've not showed them.
Drawing, at the time you drew Trump and drawing Nkrumah now.
Yeah.
How can you compare the two?
So I always say that they always have the same agenda and the same motive as in behind it. I've never thought of maybe, how to call it, President Trump being more better than Nkrumah. No. It's that at that time, that particular time, people were bashing him too much. And I felt like, just like the same statement I made, people don't owe you that much. Fine. In as much as he has a responsibility to do and to create a better future. In leadership position, it's not just like, it's not like that. It takes a whole lot of process to make things happen. And you need the right team to make your intentions, a reality. So I was just trying to paint a portrait that, in as much as people are talking about him and blah, blah, let's just appreciate the fact that Charlie, being a leader is not that you get it. So I got people insulting me on that day, even the whites. Someone took my car, you wanted to just cancel the whole thing. I was like, yo, you don't do that. I mean, I'm an artist. Who cares? I decide what to do.
I'm a big Trump fan. I will put it out there. So
please tell us your telephone number where we'll find you.
Hey, it looks like you're angry.
I tell you.
This one, the emotions attached. Alright, so my number is 00571121825. And then my MTN number is 0548874103. On all social media platforms, Band the Artist, BAAHTHEARTIST. Yeah,
please say that again.
BAAHTHEARTIST, Band the Artist. Yeah,
please. Have you done your Ghana card?
Yes, I have
your Ghana card is available.
Sure, everything.
Nice one, Charlie. Nice one. Ba, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Always. Thank you so much. That's very Nkumash.
If someone wants to buy it, just let me know.
How much is it?
I'll just give that information. Will you give platform for people to call if someone want to auction it?
What's my time?
We do have time. That would have been nice, but
I don't have.
Someone will deliver it through Uber for you right now.
But you won't be here when I'm doing it.
Yes, so
this is fast. So you're not taking it away. So I'll auction it and I'll let you know.
Please, will you pay for his
No, this is for us. But that's very Nkumash.
Very nice.
The man, you're not too sure whether he's smiling or he's angry.
Whichever we take it like this.
We'll take it.
All right, so can you put them into the
please, yeah. The signature MX24.
Okay, so I'll do everything.
Or the AM Club.
Yeah, I'll do
the AM Club.
AM Club. It can be seen. Okay, let me do.
Okay.
Anyways, Ba, thank you very much. Speaking of thank you, Theophilus Ashon, thank you so much. Historian and Audrey Jemfi, advocate and copy editor, Godwin Publishing.
Okay. Have you said your last words? No. Okay, yeah. Please take your last words with that question that I asked you.
Okay, so Nkrumah is a revolutionary, but sadly at a point in time he lost contact with the grassroots. Even the people who aided him into office, separated from the CPP, So the lesson is that as a leader, you should be radical, you should take decisions, but, at a point you should be a bit, let's say, malleable. Final words, that independence celebration has a very long struggle. It was not a single event, it was a process. Yeah.
Okay. How do you, darling?
Yeah. So for me, I'll say that with Kwame Nkrumah, maybe he couldn't groom people to carry the vision that he had, and that's a little, dicey. So I think that with leaders, we need to share our vision. We need to let people identify with it, and then so that even when we are not there, they would be able to carry the flame. And I think that for all Ghanaians, we should try and learn about our history. But it's so sad when the Western people know more about our history. They write more books based on our history. Yeah. And, the woman, the woman king or something. Yeah. Some people are saying that that's a 12 story that they come to tell us, and but that is based on Dahomey. Yeah. That's what I heard. But I think whatever it is, we should be proud of our history. We should look for information about it and tell.
And not allow people to tell it for us.
She has raised a very important point. I think maybe next time we should talk about the gender aspect of the whole struggle for independence.
You have no idea. We will.
As a matter of fact, I was suggesting next week, but we'll continue this conversation next week.
We'll see how that will go.
See how that goes. Yeah.
All right, guys, thank you so much. Still watching the AM Club right here on MX84 TV. We're jumping straight to Throwback Thursday. It's going to be exciting. We have another quiz coming up. Emefa and I, and you are also going to be a part of it.
Why are they pitching you against me? I mean, you've been reading before I was born.
Why stop that? Don't embarrass me, I beg you.
Okay, guys, enjoy this one from Sigbisa.
Warrior, hey. Warrior. All the girls. Warrior. Come on, girls. Beautiful. Warrior. 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 It's the boys now. Warrior, hey. Warrior, yeah. Warrior, hey. Warrior, yeah. Warrior, hey. Warrior, yeah. Warrior, hey. Warrior.
Need the best of in-depth analysis, top personality interviews, trending and breaking news all come your way. I'll be serving you with football conversations, life-hearted, lifestyle-related conversations, all on Off the Cuff. Join me, Derrick and this and every Monday to Friday between 4 and 5 p.m. only on MX24 TV.
Hello and welcome to the Real Travel Show, where we take you on an exciting journey of fascinating places around the world. Invite your friends. Be my guest on this weekly journey around the world. Discover the food. Oh yes, my friend. The music, arts, culture, and the magical sights and sounds. The Real Travel Show with me, yours truly, Ras Mubarak. You, my friend, are very welcome.
Angelina, you be cool in my temperature. If you call,
say cheese, take a picture. Shaka post, make a see, take a picture.
in the leg book, boah, 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 boah.
Why the party there today? Hey mama, hey I have a same. Secure.
Your Saturday nights just got better.
With unimaginable excitement.
10 toes, one girl, make it touch it, touch it, touch it, touch it, touch it.
Ow, ow, yeah.
The most heated rap battles.
Squad for the work claim soldiers, but on your campo, Bema.
I blow you menace ready, it be me with the top. Godzilla self chop, who be King Kong.
And of course, your A-list celebrity interviews.
I've always said this though, there can only be one Bob Marley, so definitely there should be one episode.
Me? The threesome.
Orafu wa comedy woman de.
Yeah.
Nyansa.
Don't fuck.
Lighter.
For myself, Oforiwa.
I'm Jason Alay, and I do this with the man,
DJ Varosky.
Why the party there today? Hey mama, hey I have a same.
women were created differently with unique attributes. From managing a home to being entrepreneurs, through the ups and downs, we almost always win.
As I said, in the early stages of breastfeeding, what your body is using to make the milk is what you ate during pregnancy.
Adoption is a blessing. So if you want to adopt, it's a good thing to do, but just make sure that you do it in the right way.
The brand new season of the Talkative Mom Show is double the education, double the information and excitement.
And then I actually realized nobody cares. Yes, nobody cares.
Yeah. Join me, Eno Craigren, and my guests this and every Sunday on MX24.
The Talkative Mom Show is proudly supported by Godwin's Healthy Options and Cerelac.
Hello and welcome to the Real Travel Show, where we take you on an exciting journey of fascinating places around the world. Invite your friends. Be my guest on this weekly journey around the world. Discover the food. Oh yes, my friend. The music, arts, culture, and the magical sights and sounds. The Real Travel Show with me, yours truly, Ras Mubarak. You, my friend, are very welcome.
No topic is off limits. The pain of experiencing a miscarriage is something that can crumple your world. We're talking postpartum bodies and everything in between. And they share their story on their battle with infertility. The touching stories of the African woman rose before you.
I was disappointed in God, in life, in myself.
How many losses have you had?
After that, we had 4 more.
What?
I shouted, I said,
we lost vision, we lost any sound beyond crying.
Our mistakes, advices, regrets, real stories, and more on We Got This Africa. Na Ashako and her intriguing panel serve you real experiences of the African woman. We Got This Africa.
We got this.
The Bible said that we are not of those who shrink back, but of those who believe to the salvation of the soul. You know, sometimes God wants to do things in circumstances and situations that when people see, they will acknowledge that this is not the effort of man, but this must be the finger of God. So to him, life meant Christ. Life meant living for Christ. Life meant serving Christ. Christ in you, the hope of glory.
ICGC Evangel Temple presents The Kingdom Culture with Reverend Eric Ampofo on MX24. This and every Sunday at 3 p.m. Don't miss out.
I'm Catherine from Ghana Made, and welcome to our series called Find Your Way Back, where I'll be interviewing amazing individuals that have moved back to Ghana from the diaspora.
You have to be willing to take a little bit of a risk and be willing to leave some of the comforts behind.
You know, shit was meant to be hot.
Yeah.
But then regardless...
It wasn't hot for you?
It wasn't hot for me.
I needed to adapt to the Ghana way of living, but not take that
from them.
Exactly.
It's such a beautiful country. Our people are so beautiful. Yeah.
Need the best of in-depth analysis, top personality interviews, trending and breaking news all come your way. I'll be serving you with football conversations, life-hearted, lifestyle-related conversations, all on Off the Cuff. Join me, Derrick this and every Monday to Friday between 4 and 5 p.m. only on MX24 TV.
Hello and welcome to the Real Travel Show, where we take you on an exciting journey of fascinating places around the world. Invite your friends. Be my guest on this weekly journey around the world. Discover the food. Oh yes, my friend. The music, arts, culture, and the magical sights and sounds. The Real Travel Show with me, yours truly, Ras Mubarak. You, my friend, are very welcome.
Angelina, you be cool in my temperature. If you call, say cheese, take a picture. Shaka post, magazine, take a picture.
In the leg book, boah.
Why the party there today? Hey mama, hey I ever say. Secure.
Hi everyone, I'm Catherine from Ghana Made, and welcome to our series called Find Your Way Back, where I'll be interviewing amazing individuals that have moved back to Ghana from the diaspora.
You have to be willing to take a little bit of a risk, and be willing to leave some of the comforts behind.
You know, shit was meant to be hot.
Yeah.
But then regardless,
It wasn't hot for you?
It wasn't hot for me.
I needed to adapt to the Ghana way of living, but not take that
from them.
Exactly.
It's such a beautiful country.
It is.
Our people are so beautiful. Yeah.
Careful with antibiotics. Antibiotics are one of the most popular treatments for bacterial infections in the world. They help us get rid of harmful bacteria that can cause diseases such as typhoid, tuberculosis, and cholera, among others. However, abusing the use of antibiotic treatments can have a worse effect on our systems, with the biggest threat of all being antibiotic resistance. Antibiotic resistance is one of the biggest public health threats in our generation, and happens when germs like bacteria and fungi develop the ability to defeat the drugs designed to kill them. Once bacteria and fungi become more powerful than the drugs used to treat them, it can lead to higher medical costs, prolonged hospital stays, and increased mortality. Antibiotics are losing their power because of misuse and overuse in humans. Make sure you only take antibiotics if prescribed by a qualified health professional. And once prescribed, always make sure to complete the treatment days as instructed. Never share antibiotics and never abuse its use.
Money no be problem. Honest on the block. Alright, I'm back again. You know what time it is. Straight up. Alright, what's up? Listen. I'm band him another game, I'm Missy Ma, Michelle, she been on the throat, so winking now. Wakuma Fenati Chile, the young Mimbuna, and with Simbaris in the real day, or Bible, or the Dadia Bridgema, or Tama, Tamafa, and Tibunematema, then my Mepama dear, and Papa Suprapoma, and yes, I'm in the jail, when we pull the Asoma. I shall win up about the young Congo, just some pipe, a few rice, one genoa, but Tamabuano, Mini Bin Timamua, one on the Jamabakari, eh, really Patakwa, as I see that they be when I'm over near my papi, via Moseniamu, Tofia, as long to be a man, Sakana de Yamia, but the whole Pakima, Tosify, with the Bianca, which you want to join my if you get you man up to fear. So to give you a bar. And this under your puma. You now don't source a champagne. But you don't still have a maintain. I bet shoot is campaign. The good be no, the giant complain. The way you did be my speckle. This girl could they kill me. No problem. When I see about the mess so, maybe why you they do me so. She did mash up my head oh. Some girl they go they make her go low. Hey, the way you did be my speckle. This girl doesn't kill me. It's been a long time since I saw Millicent, but she will always be my number one chick. Cause I put up in the bowl, no one on the team. I say, Charlie EL, go back out, Joe. If I hook up to Manapa, if it's an winning, say the Suja for us of her. Then time penny pin, if it's an America, and so one of the fan of Wama be Buatupa, but here won't. But I go my bed, and you will see you with Jimmy Amanobra, or you go to the figure when they were carved and flexi. And the baby don't have any nigga until they didn't be the key at the Tiny Buffy, but the Wadrasia, and Tiny Nigga, Abu Jimmy Millicent, if you didn't defeat. I'm a tidy diagram as a Benny. Now, if you get you man up to do fair, so to give you a bar. And this under your puma, you now lose was a champagne. I have still a go maintain. I bet shoot is campaign. The good be known, the giant complain. She know what I'm the way you did in my speckle, this girl could they kill me, you. When I see I'm at the mess so, maybe why you they do me so. She they mash up my head oh. This girl they go they make her go low. Hey, the way you did in my speckle, this girl could they kill me, kill me.
Welcome back to the AM Club. So it is Thursday, and it's a Throwback Thursday. What is exciting? What is tickling you, Mr. Nambo? What's tickling you?
Go ahead, please.
Okay, so we're just about going into our quiz. There are some rules to it, but there's no quiz without fun, right? So we've got our DJ on standby. DJ, Oshana Mebra, no abomination.
My guys, please, I'm saying. Boko there. Holiday, who is saying?
Oh, you had a phone.
Okay, Kuma. And then I'll kai fan.
And Kuma, the kinds of no vegan as you kind of
now, big says no kai will be a Uko do.
Maybe the lamp things in them kind of lamp.
Obecha lamp for 2 count. Until you come film, Obecha lamp for 2 count.
Akufado day inside that.
Akufado, eh?
Nobody is Akufado.
In Poppy, eh?
Yeah, in Poppy.
And then who?
The Bampuni, just imagine. Is it Kofi?
Kofi
Annan. No,
I listen to Kofi.
We don't go.
Oh, I forget.
Big says where have you?
The guy is in the market.
It's been a while. It's been a while.
It's been a while.
Estes or something. I don't know whether Estes or something.
Let's say that 1940.
Yes, Estes.
It's not just even me. I forgot it. I only remember 2.
Anyway,
really, I was there. I was with me,
and it's good to have you. So you'll stand by with some nice music.
Yeah, sure.
Remember also this here. But let's introduce our quiz mistress for today, Dana Fariewa. Naki.
Beautiful Naki.
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
We're doing well. You're coming to throw questions at us.
Yes.
We're ready for you. Are you ready for us?
Yes, I am.
what are we giving out?
So we've got some tickets, some complimentary tickets for Silver Bed. And so at some point, if we're unable to answer the questions, which I highly know we won't be able to, you would call in, answer the question, and then we'll be kind enough to give you some tickets. Okay?
Yeah, free tickets to Silver Bed Cinemas if we can't answer. Yes, the number to call is 020-4738-481. 020-4738-481. We'll display it on your TV right now. Or 055-033-1511. If Emefa or I cannot answer the question, you have a chance to answer it and win a ticket to go to the Silver Bed. Okay? So without much we say or do, ladies and gentlemen, Quiz Mistress, I'm talking too much. Over to you. All right, so who are we starting with? Me or Emefa?
Okay.
Please start with ladies first, please.
No, not ladies first. Blue Bear, how old are you?
I am 2 years old, so please, something. O-U-T. Out. Let's go.
Okay, so Emefa, your first question is, I don't know if
Don't remove inside, I beg you. Please, ask from number 1 to a...
Remove inside.
Number 1.
I'll remove inside.
But you missed the questions.
I won't. Okay. I know the question to ask. Okay, so Emefa, this one is easy because I want you to win.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're a lawyer, aren't you? You heard what she said.
I am a learning lawyer.
You heard what she said. Before the quiz began,
I am a learning lawyer.
This is going to be easy.
Yes.
No, before you bring your law. Hey, she said, I'm going to ask you the easy one because I want you to win.
Yes.
Listen, this is moral pressure on me because it feels like the quiz mistress has a lot of confidence in me. Maybe I'm not meant to be in chat.
Expectation, okay.
Okay, so this one goes to Emefa. Cape Coast was the capital of Ghana in the past. True or false?
No, Cape Coast was the capital of the Gold Coast.
So, is that correct?
Is that correct? Let's see.
Is that correct?
Let's see the answer.
Yes,
is that
that's correct for Emefa.
Okay.
So, Emefa, you have
3
points.
Thank you so much. Hey.
Godwin, are you ready for me?
I'm asking questions there. You're Kuma with 2. Even if you heard the question before.
3 for Emefa. So,
you.
Godwin,
yes,
this one goes to you. Formerly known as Ariba, what was the first name MTN entered the telecoms market with?
Space phone.
Space.
Space phone?
Space phone is correct.
There we go. I feel like an old man. Hey, macho.
Okay, Emefa, back to you. What was Kwame Nkrumah's first name?
I think he was called Francis Nria, and also at some point
Francis Nria.
Ooh.
So let's ask the Ghana questions and then let's ask Godwin the MTN question. It's fine.
Okay, so Godwin, this one is easy. You can answer it. What series played on Ghanaian TV with these iconic characters? Shifu, Baji, Unko, and Unji.
Pam 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 pam. It's Journey to the West, please.
Journey to the West.
Let's go. Let's go. Play the song for me, I beg you. Let's go. There you have it. Oh, I love the beat. Well, you don't remember it?
No, I mean, this was so easy.
Oh, it was so easy.
Kwame Nkrumah's first name. That's so hard.
Okay, back to Emefa.
Okay. It's a song for me.
The master was handsome, Papa.
I tell you.
Okay, Godwin, you're having too much fun, and I don't like it.
3 marks.
I don't like
It's
it.
not just for 3 marks.
You deduct.
It's 6 marks. I will punch.
I'm going to give you a bonus mark.
If
you are able to tell me the time it was aired
please,
on TV.
Please, you're not asking bonus questions. I want my main question. She has the main question. It was Sundays. I can tell you it was Sundays. That's what the time I go to church, so I don't.
Okay,
I don't
thank you. So I'm giving you +1.
Hey, now what is going on here?
+1 to my.
Yes.
Why am I getting a bonus question?
What is happening?
I thought you were in favor of. Okay.
I am.
I mean,
your excitement is making me happy.
My goodness, this quiz is based on ambitious feelings. How she feels. Okay.
Okay, so to Emefa, which musician came up with the Pulele dance?
Terry Bonchaka.
Thank you.
What would I do to get a +1 mark? I can't do Pulele, man.
If you are able to do the dance,
if you do it,
I will give you a bonus.
Can I get a bonus? I can do it. Please, +1.
Emefa, you're not able to do it, so I'm giving Godwin.
Look at the fact you want Pulele. Why did you know that you're coming to do Pulele for wearing this pants?
Charlie,
hey, know what's going on here?
I like this Christmas dress.
Damn, I lost the question.
Let me get it for you. You found it. Okay, so.
How can you get me the questions? No, get me.
I'm getting you the questions. It's gonna come. Have you seen it?
Yeah. No.
Let me help you.
Okay, so viewers, I know some of you are expecting some of the question and you're on standby waiting for me to throw a question, then you call. I want to tell you to relax for me. Let me deal with those two people. And I'll let you win some free tickets. I'm reserving all the easy ones for you. Thank you.
I like this Christmas dress very much.
This Christmas dress.
I like.
This Christmas dress. This is tender swindler.
You also won't share it.
No, it's not a swindle. No, no, bro, for you. You swindle people. What's swindle me?
That's it.
Okay, so I think the next question goes to Godwin.
Yes, please. It goes to me.
Okay. Bucharest is where Kwame Nkrumah died in 1972. Which country is Bucharest the capital of?
This European country. Godwin,
Bim.
come on.
Bim.
Is it Hungary?
Time up.
No.
What's
Romania.
Minus for Godwin.
Why you getting? I just didn't get the answer.
Romania. Did I hear you say Romania? Thank you.
Wait, but it's my major question.
What do you mean by major questions? When do I add in plus last one? What were you?
I'm giving +1 to Emefa.
So you subtracted because I didn't get the answer?
Yes.
And you're giving...
Yes.
Okay.
Hello. I can do whatever I want. So Godwin, please don't question
my...
Yes,
please. I'm sorry.
Thank
you. I'm sorry. We're not bringing this lady back, I swear. Okay. Go ahead.
Okay, so
viewers question?
My lovely viewers, I hope you're enjoying yourself. This question goes to one lucky viewer. So I'm trying to get... Okay, which hip life duo sang Tiobadom? Let me remind you of this song. Yeah, fi Tiobadom, de kakta
Gen Z trying to sing Tiobadom.
Okay, so viewers, this one goes to you.
Let me give them the number: 020-4738-481. 020-4738-481 is the number to call, or 055-033-1511. Before you move on to the next question for us and our viewers call, some WhatsApp messages have come in. This one says, The quiz mistress played a mind game on Emefa. She's Team Godwin. No, she's not Team Godwin. She's not at all. This one actually subtracting things. Why is Nike not fair? At Godwin just made my day. All right.
Yo.
Hi, AM Club. Please give us an episode of The Journey to the West, please. So excited to see it. My producer, okay. Jerome, you had...
The answer's what?
Journey to the West.
Journey to the West, yeah.
The Tashon thing that you asked, no?
You
said you don't know.
For you.
Alberta Superfan says, oh my God, my ribs. This is throwback ampa. Hey, see how Godwin is happy. Alberta and Kaminya Deng. Good morning, MXTV. Please kindly announce Madam Junction traffic light has gone off for 7 good months and no one seems to care about it. Please, we need these little things fixed so that accidents can be prevented. So,
okay,
Madam
so
Traffic Light,
we have somebody from Cape Coast. Eugene from Cape Coast. Sweetheart, talk to me.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
Troublesome was moved by Prior.
Prior?
Yes.
You are wrong, sweetheart.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Okay, viewers, you still have the chance to win this question. Eugene got it wrong, so...
Prior.
It's possible. They look like some people that can play it.
I have another caller from Cape Coast. Nani, please, can you tell me the answer?
It's Nkese.
Eh?
You are right. You just won a ticket to the Silver Bed Cinema.
Mistress, you are very hyper. Relax. I didn't hear. You said this who?
Then, how am I going to get it?
Wait,
Nani, hold on.
What did you say? What's the answer?
We want to hear the answer again. What did you say was by?
Nkese.
In what?
Oh, you're Fantini.
Nkese.
Yeah, Nkase.
Nkase, right?
I cannot Fantini. Hello.
Sweetheart, hold on. The producers will talk to you.
So that she would know how you get your ticket.
So
Nkase, yeah.
Okay, back to the studio. Okay, who is leading?
Me, of course. Is that not
obvious?
The next
question is my question.
Emefa is leading. No, the next question is for Emefa.
I took your bonus question.
Okay, so... Okay, Emefa, this question goes to you. Which brand was the key sponsor for the concert party show which featured comedian legends like
Key Soap from Unilever.
Bob Okala?
Key Soap from Unilever.
You give her the answer.
Key Soap is
+3.
correct.
And for the fact that I'm calm, +3 again.
Okay, I'll give you a +1.
Thank you very much. Pays to be a legend.
I'm giving Emefa +1 because Godwin always wants to answer your question.
Why?
And it's irritating me.
Why?
I don't like that. I don't like that.
It was my birthday.
Okay, Nana Kwesi is on the line. Yes. Nana Kwesi, I'm giving you this because you're called Nana Kwesi and I like Nana people. So I'll give you this one. This one is very easy. Nana Kwesi make me proud. In which year was Ghana crowned U20 FIFA World Cup champion?
Hey, Nike.
Nana Kwesi.
Hello?
2010.
2010 is wrong, Nana Kwesi. I'm sorry. I'm giving you another chance because I like Nana. Oh, Nana, you lost your chance. Okay, this question still goes to any viewer that is able to answer. The question is, in which year was Ghana crowned U20 FIFA World Cup champion? Viewers, over to you.
Under 20 World Cup champion.
Yeah.
I do. But it's for the viewers, it's not for us.
Yeah, I do.
It's just for the viewers.
Okay.
So you don't I should answer so that you can give me -1.
Okay, next question is for Godwin.
Okay.
Name 2 characters from the popular Papa Ajasco series. Apart from Papa Ajasco, obviously.
Boy Alenko and Mama Ajasco.
You are correct.
We have the video. We have Papa Ajasco and company. Oh, you know Papa Ajasco? Quiz mistress.
Why, she looks like a Gen Z, so you
Emefa.
Yes.
I will give you an extra 10 points if you are able to mention another character.
10 points.
Before that, let me talk to Benis. Benis! Dennis, sorry, Dennis. Hello, Dennis.
Yeah, I'm listening to you.
Dennis, in which year was Ghana crowned U20 FIFA World Cup champion?
Yeah, it was 2012.
No, sorry, Dennis. Sorry, Dennis. I'm sorry.
Hey, this Christmas shirt.
I like
Emefa, your 10 points.
The problem is...
So there's Papa Jasco, Mama Jasco, Boy Alinko. Continue. Continue. Let me win my Boy Alinko space.
10 points, because I want you to win.
No.
Okay.
She doesn't know. She doesn't know, so minus...
If you are able to answer this one, I'm giving you plus 15.
Hey!
Was that Madame Pele Pele?
It's like cold water poured on you.
Madame Pele Pele.
No. Please, wait.
No, there was nothing like Madame Pele Pele.
No, and you've lost it. Usually bonus questions is not.
But I have my 4 points, so it's okay.
Okay, viewers, you still have the chance to win the other question that's asking of the FIFA champions.
Under 20,
okay. Champions,
yes.
World Cup champions.
Okay.
Please don't call the WhatsApp tablet.
Bright, I have Bright on the line. Bright. Hello, Bright.
Hello.
Bright.
Yes.
In which year was Ghana crowned under 20 FIFA World Cup champion?
2009.
Thank you. Please, thank you.
What team are you for?
Kindly hold on. Our producers will talk to you.
Please ask him which team so that you add a mark to mine. Maybe he called because of me and you don't know.
He didn't say that. Okay. If you call and you are in favor of Godwin or Emefa, kindly let me know so that I'll ask you a bonus question and I'll give the marks to them.
Okay. So you have some messages?
Yes, we have some messages before you ask the next question.
Okay.
So this one answers and says, Ngase 2009. Hey, Google is a man's best friend. Please, Emefa, don't let Godwin outrange you.
Okay, we are winning.
This one says, I miss taking photos of you, Naki. Hey, who is this person?
One and only
quiz mistress. Naki, okay. So funny, my nephew is arguing with me that Mr. Drew brought the pool dance. Junior, relax. Junior, listen to your, see what, my niece or my nephew. Just say,
Mr. Drew.
See, I told you, this is Gen Z.
But I like the fact that he was able to take, add 2 and 2 together to know that Mr. Drew is a dancer and could come up with such a dance. Yeah.
See, Junior, relax now. I know what I'm talking about. One more, Nkasai Chiabodom is by Nkasai. Please call, don't send a message, please call. And then this one also says, in Chiabodom, Nkasai. Okay, next question, quiz mistress.
Next question goes to the viewers.
Okay.
Again. This question says that, directed by Kofi Ansah, which popular Ghanaian classic was shot in 1980?
Kofi Ansah?
Yes, Kofi Ansah.
1980.
You can send your answer via the WhatsApp number, or you can call. Okay,
I'm sorry, quiz mistress, is it Kofi Ansah or
Kofi Ansah?
Okay.
Okay, as you can see, who do you think is leading?
Me.
After giving me minus, you're asking this question.
Okay, so we are going to calculate.
We are done?
And yes, we are done.
We're done. Oh, we're done with the question. Oh.
Why? You don't want to lose, eh? Never ever in your life do you want to lose. Why? And these ones, it was Naki being Naki and being a nice person and added those ones. If we take those ones.
I even give you +1.
Viewers. And then you came back to give her +1 over there and give her +1 again.
No, you know what? Calculate without the pluses. You can take the pluses out.
Okay, I'll take
and take the minuses out as well.
I'll try to
minus for the. So you didn't answer.
Okay, 6 + 6. 3 + 3 is 6.
9.
So 6 + 6 is 12.
12.
This is without the +1.
Without the pluses.
3 + 3 is 6 + 3 9.
9.
Minus 1. Let's try adding your 1.
If I give him 11 points, 99. If I give him 11.9, that what is Dr. Kwame Nkrumah's first name? You are come and compare it to Pulele. You have to compare that question to Pulele.
Okay, viewers, it's obvious. Emefa is the winner.
I still remain yours truly, your queen, Mamaga.
Based on quiz mistress.
No, listen, guys, to be fair, all of these questions that was asked, I answered them Okay.
Wouldn't you answer their questions?
The question, the +1 was how she was feeling.
I don't mind the +1. Forget the +1.
We've taken it out and we added and you're still 9. If we add the plus, this one still you get 12.
It's just one question I didn't get.
I know. Wait till you answer question. She will. You know what, guys?
Okay, it's fine. I'm not a sore loser. It's okay. Emefa won this one. Quiz Mistress, Nike, thank you very much for coming through. You're not coming back here again.
You will.
I just want you to know this. Thank you very much. We are still watching the AM Club here on MS24 TV. Throwback Thursday. We'll be back.
There's nothing so pure as sunlight and water. Pure sunlight and water is all that you need. Long-lasting sunlight, fresh as the morning. Take care of your family. Pure sunlight and water.
For generations, caring mums have trusted pure, gentle sunlight on all that they love. Sunlight, good, honest value.
Everybody loves sunlight. Pure sunlight and water is all that you need.
Pure, long-lasting sunlight and water. It's all that you need.
Marcus, please, do you remember that commercial? Yeah. The sunlight commercial. Do you remember how old you were at the time?
No.
How do you remember how old you were at the time?
That time, I don't know. I was just a kid.
In Sunlight time, they used to play it before Key Soap, right? Then they'll play the Key Soap advert, then they'll do concert party, right?
I don't quite remember that one, but that commercial just resonates with you. If you were a child and you were watching TV, you definitely
It was so emotional for me.
Sing it, let's see if we can add the +1 that you lost.
Sunlight.
It's
So, young boy.
So we are academic. Yes, please.
You seem to be having some technical issues, but it will happen. So we're going to do something. You're going to play the song, and Emefa and I are going to tell you who the artist is and the name of the song. Is that cool?
Okay.
Because this one that the young lady came to do there, I don't understand. And like I said, I'm not a sore loser, so I'm coming up with something.
You're such a loser.
I refuse to be a loser. So the song you just played is by who?
Which one did you play?
I am in
Kwade.
Okay. What's his name? Kwade. My friend is saying.
For Kwade.
Beautiful. The title is what?
Ajoya Mary.
Is that the title? Ajoya Mary.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like that.
Cool.
Yeah.
No problem. Let's go.
So let's go.
My place will fight. Do you fight?
No.
Just when I was about to answer my own, he comes up with.
Today we packaged you to come and lose on the show, but it's fine.
I never lose. That's the thing about me. I never ever lose. So we have Marketplace.
Oh yeah. ERCM Assam. Over that Tim. Africa.
She
wow. They got them body child. Figaro. Figaro. Yeah, Figaro.
So that's what Assam Figaro, right? All right.
Okay.
Moving on. Do you have some WhatsApp messages coming through?
Big arrow 2.
Big arrow 3, big arrow 4. Okay.
Not big arrow, what does it mean?
That one, unless we call him in America to tell us what it is. But guys, you're watching the AM Club on MS24 TV. What a fun ride we've had today. Thursdays are always special, aren't they?
Absolutely. I get to win, you get to lose.
Never, ever, ever in my life. But whilst we look at rounding up the show, let's say thank you to everybody who's been a part of the show today. Starting off with our Lifestyle Daily guests, Theophilus and Audrey. We discuss, the relevance of Founders Day as we celebrate. What did you take away from that conversation?
For me, I like the fact that Audrey was quite daring and said that she would love that we practice some level of autocracy, but trusting that the person who's practicing it is coming from a spirit of nationalism and all of that. And I really don't know how we can get somebody who's got that nationalism spirit and still would practice autocracy if it will work. She also went on to say that we can dare try a one-party system. So that there's continuity in projects, in developments, in policies, thereby we look to the growth of the economy. So why not? I think it's a profound day so that you look beyond just independence and appreciate the process. The process really, really matters. It takes you all the way back to the 18s, and then it's a good read. You should go and research and learn something.
Emefa for president, 2035. And I 35. 2035, we'll look at that. As we run up, we're going to go for a quick break. We'll be right back.
Morning, Ghana, and you are locked on to the hottest show in the capital and beyond. It's Y107.9, and of course, award-winning with me, Sammy Fortson. Fresh and brand new from my boy, Stone Boy. The brand new single, Pull It Up. Ghana, this is for you. Brand new Stone Boy right here on the mid-morning show, YFM. Time to pull it up. Check it out.
Yo, Tony up, guys, Tony up.
Got mad up that Christmas and beyond. You know, see, so tell all the girl them fi come join up. Hey DJ, me say that Junior eat. Slap whip on every street. Every time girl want it, tap up and tap me and give them that one your name. Me say that.
Affordable home solutions and intriguing interviews with CEOs of various real estate companies and everything in between and on. My name is Kwesi Otten Desmond, and this is Property Take. Property Take, your gateway to Africa's real estate market. Showing this and every Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. on MX24.
If you're into content production for digital or TV, say hello to the MX24 Studios. We're the prime location for your music video shoots, live productions, TV shows, and more. From state-of-the-art equipment to a very skilled production team, we've got you covered. Step into our modern and spacious studio with a changeable lighting system and foolproof sound. Our touchscreen studio projection monitors come with other features, including Wi-Fi connection, screen mirroring, and a remote workspace mode. Take advantage of our high-quality cameras to shoot in 4K and a variety of the best lighting equipment guaranteed to put life into your sets. Locate us on the first floor of the Silicon House building off the Boundary Road, East Legon. Give us a call on 024-235-5956 or 054-454-8612. You can also email us at info@mx24gh.com.
Adonis, the story of stepsisters
Ghana Cedis regular and 100 Ghana Cedis VIP from 10 a.m. till you bounce. 2 days of non-stop raving at La Boma Beach Resort, 4th and 7th August. Brought to you by McNeil Consults and La Boma Beach with media partner Y1079 FM.
Hi guys.
All right, we have to go for that quick break, and we are back to say bye-bye to you properly. Guys, thank you for being a part of the show from the beginning. All the daily dose of Vim messages, all the contributions, the Godwin fans, the Emefa fans, thank you so much. We really appreciate you. Margaret Place is going to take us away. My name is Godwin Nambo at Godwin Nambo on all social media platforms.
My name is Emefa Kosiadeti. We'll see you tomorrow, okay? Do take care. Stay safe on this holiday.
Margaret Place, let's go.
Blessing, goodness, say, oh, hard nails, blessing. Wouldn't them say with a knife fingernails, blessing. Wouldn't them say, oh, no, be a pure blessing. Down them say, oh, baby, a boss, oh, my God, blessing, Rebecca, Monica, blessing. Wouldn't them say,